Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Link to the Past Randomizer League channel here. We've got ourselves the closing restream of the Link to the Past Randomizer Open League Season 6, Week 6 here. We've got Krowski's week. I'm starring with me on comms tonight is Bitey. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Yeah, looking forward to a good race here. We've got ourselves teams It's Peanut Butter Jelly Time versus Team 9. Got ourselves runners jawsomesauce and RickyofKokiri representing the two teams coming out of the Thavestown division here in the Open League. Should be an interesting match. Do you want to explain what Crosskeys is?
Yeah, basically we're going to be running around. All the entrances are going to be shuffled. The keys are going to be shuffled. Basically, lots of stuff is going to be shuffled. And they're going to try to be finding their way through the game, basically, in a nutshell.
Yep. It's still 7 crystals. They don't necessarily have to be Agatu in order to beat Ganon. It depends where Ganon is, because entrance randomizer. And they will need keys to beat the 7 crystals. Which 7 crystals? Which 7 entrants have the crystals? We'll find out, because sanity. Includes the maps and compasses, so we'll have to find the maps, or just beat the dungeon to figure out if a dungeon is a crystal or a pendant, so this will be interesting. As they're off here.
You should expect some top-tier commentating from me today. I've never done cross keys in my life, so
Vanilla Lamp in Link's house, funny game. And our sanctuary is at the Uncle. Oh, that's kind of terrible. So the drop-downs, Ganon, Sanctuary, Uncle, the Useless Fairy, Magic Bat, the Well, Ganon at the Pyramid, and I'm Lost Woods and Lumberjack. I think I might have repeated one, but there's 7 total. As you see the Dam at Hyrule Castle. But the drop-downs are shuffled with each other, the 7 drop-downs, and Castle being right at Uncle Star is kind of annoying because both save warps in Light World these two save warps in Light World are basically both in the same place, which is not very fun for navigation of the world. Dam is a nice early find, though. Don't have to worry about trying to find that in an hour and a half when you want to do Swamp Palace, but you can't find the dam or the water level.
Very nice lamp there in Link's house.
Yep, saw that already from Ricky. Getting a triple, just some hearts for Ricky.
What do we have on this right side here? Ooh. Sanctuary.
Yeah, that's where Jaws save quit to Bitey. Jaws is trying and failing to farm bombs off the bushes there, though there's a couple there that are 50-50s, and lost a 50-50 on all of them, because Rando said no. So instead, we're going to just head over to the Kakariko area, going to check some entrances here. That is Graveyard Ledge, with some bombs. Perfect.
Very nice. Easy place to get bombs.
Yep, and Blue Mail is a nice early find.
Oh, very, very nice. That one off.
But, so we're going to see an immediate play to Kakariko here, which is quite common in Cross Keys. There's a lot of entrances in the Kakariko area, plus these couple entrances down south and a couple entrances up north. You have to come here to find something. There's usually at least one dungeon you hack, a whole bunch of item checks, and just generally useful stuff. You're going to get a lot of information on drop-downs as well as you find a shop. We don't need that.
Looks like a nice place to farm bombs. Jaws choosing to go back in and take the bombs, and looks like Ricky's going to do the same there.
I mean, why pay $50 if you can get them for free?
Agreed. All right,
let's see. Library entrance is next. Thankfully, both runners following the same route, which makes it easy to follow the early game. Another shot! Game! Thanks! And yes, Jaws is in fact playing with a shark sprite. Race game is junk, so we're not going to have to worry about finding the mirror early and then coming back to that. But it's time for some drop-downs. We've got ourselves Magic Bat here, we've got the Well, we've got Lost Woods north of here, so to check to see if we can find Ganon. That is the Thieves' Hideout here, which is useless. Good.
Useless, okay. Good stuff.
Don't have to worry about that one. It is not Ganon, which is something we would like to see. Let's see. Smith's entrance is Ricky going to follow the same route. Ooh, here's Eastern. pretty much no items to do anything with it here. We could go in there, but gonna probably see if we can find some items in CAC before taking a dip in that dungeon.
What was that? Sorry, I missed it.
Eastern is at the Smith house.
Eastern, got it.
We've got one of the entrances to Spectacle Rock here in CAC. Ricky finding Eastern, just $20 here for Jaws.
Nice bomb jump coming up. Nope.
Nope. We are, however, going to see where this entrance takes us. Did not catch which cave that was for Ricky.
Looks
Ricky's
like
taking the corner out.
Yeah, looks like cave. Nothing in there. Okay.
Spec Rock dumps us out here to Ice Palace. Well, that's an entrance I don't have to worry about looking for later, but unfortunately, they're really back for Jaws, so he's gonna have to save put and then walk back over to CAC to continue. Desert left is at the Bomb Hut in CAC. Checking out entrance to the top of Spiral Cave. That is also a one-way connector, so not going to take that yet, because once you take it, you're not getting back through. Dark Saha is useless. We're going to see back of escape from Jaws. This is going to be a chest for Ricky. This entrance is never randomized, because the only one that faces backwards, so to speak. Back of escape is a bunch of money and a heart. Another heart for Ricky on his side.
Where was the back of escape there? I never saw where he dropped down.
Yeah, because that's what the Sanctuary save drop is tied to.
Yeah. Okay.
We're going to see South Shore play here from Jaws. Has decided to leave the rest of Kakariko behind for now, having decided to get one-wayed by Spec Rock, which Ricky is not doing. We've got Dark Sank at Hype Cave, Light World Hype Cave, so that's useless. And we've got the front of TR. Not quite the one you like to see generally, but that is an entrance to TR, at least here in CAC. You do need to find at least one of them if you want to beat the dungeon, so that's one of the least convenient ones. Checkerboard Cave here for Jaws. Another shop for Ricky. Light World Dam entrance has our Desert Small. That is nice. We've already seen left side Desert entrance in CAC. So that is going to be 2 new checks to get whenever Jaws gets back to CAC. I did miss the well entrance for Ricky, though.
I don't think it was important. That's Brother Side West, by the looks of it.
Yeah, that's one of the Quarreling Brothers. Ice Rod Cave.
Ice Rod.
Which has $20. But no, all of the drop downs are important because they want to know where Ganon is. I did not catch which one of the 7 drops that was in the well.
It wasn't Ganon, for sure.
Yeah, chat enlightened us as to which one that was, as we got one of the entrances to Paradox here in CAC. That's going to be a bunch of checks, but going to just first clear some other things before going through there.
Fortune teller.
Is a Keenik. Boots on the Lake Island is a terrible spot. Oh, no. And another fairy for Jaws.
That is a gross spot for boots.
That really is. As you see a Hera compass for Ricky, that doesn't help with anything.
Oh, he's off there. So far, it looks like we've got TR Main and Desert Palace West in CAC. Heading up into the forest.
Eastern as well, basically.
Eastern Palace and Sword Smith, yep.
Yeah. I basically looped them all together as CAC for the intent, for simplicity. There's so many entrances in CAC. There's like a dozen in the general area that you pretty much have to. Okay, last one's dropped down is the Lumberjack, and that is a small key.
Lumberjack.
So we're gonna go get that, and we'll get another look at the well entrance in a minute or a couple minutes for Jaws. So we'll see what that was, because I'm still wondering.
It's the key. Turtle
TR
Rock.
for TR1, that is a good find, especially since the only TR entrance we've seen today is the front. And if that is the most, and that's going to let us do more checks from the front, because while you can save on TR keys to be backtracked from one of the other entrances, if you're going from the front door of TR, you're using your keys. So that's a good thing to pick up.
Woods chess game is Hera.
Okay, another entrance here, another dungeon is we're going to see Jaws go into the desert with that small key, check the torch, get the map chest and both items on the right side, and then probably check what the connector is.
Looks like Jaws is going to go in here and just see what's on the torch and check the chest here. Looks like 300 on the chest there, so not... This shouldn't be boots required.
No.
Should be small red, so... Got one key, right side, 2 checks.
Yep. Alright, so that's going to be... Ricky's going to head over to check the lumberjack house and drop down here. $50 for Jaws.
And some popo killing here.
And that is I believe that's a well at lumberjack today. Lovely. Or no, that's not well. That's useless fairy? No. Blindsided lumberjack house is nice, though.
Dun dun.
And small key to pod number 1 on right side desert.
Get death warp here from Jaws. Bombs.
Got a map for Ricky. Big key to Hera. We were just there, game.
And a small key for Hera. Ooh.
Game! We just left there like 30 seconds ago. I guess we're going back.
Yeah, that's like a good place to go now. What do we have? We don't have anything for weapons, so that's the only thing.
Yeah, but it is 2 new checks.
True, yeah.
Actually, no, make that 3 because we can also do the basement. We have a lamp.
Is that, a play that people would make to go back in and get the 2 checks, or would they continue on to hope to find, a weapon and try and finish it?
I mean, it's this early in the game. You're in the area. I think it makes sense to do 2, at least 2 relatively quick checks. Don't know if you go for the basement, which is accessible if kind of silly, but I would certainly climb for compass and big chest because you're fairly quick.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh,
you take it with a grain of salt that neither Bitey nor I play Krowski, so
this looks horrible. Not gonna lie.
It's doable, but it's not fun.
This is rough. Gotta be careful, there's only got 1 bomb left. Does a bomb stun a beetle?
Apparently.
That's not good.
No, that did not work.
Wow. Yeah, this was my only issue with it, was that, something like that happening. But today I learned that a bomb stuns a beetle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, the good point from chat, though, Ricky decides to just save quote understandably, is you can bomb, the pods respawn when you leave the room. The enemies don't, as long as you stay in the dungeon. So that would have been a way to reset the pots and do it, but that is quite fun. Magic pet, LOL. Thank you, Chad, for catching what we missed earlier. So Ricky's gonna head back to CAC, probably heading for one of our... gonna get a bomb refill right from Lumberjack from Graveyard Ledge.
Smart.
Paradox for Jaws, we're going to get a lot of checks here. There's 7 chests in here, and then we're going to see if we want to take a connector. Jaws did not end up taking one of the desert connectors, so I mentioned it was an idea.
He must be marking us the 3rd time he's walked into a wall. The classic walking into a wall while marking.
Yep. Yeah, that happens, because there's a lot of checking you have to do in cross keys with entrances. Back to Hyro Castle is completely useless. Second key to pod is in logic, but completely irrelevant right now without finding pod. Ricky's can head through this cave, which I think is back of Old Man. Nope, not back of Old Man, just a cave.
Oh, bomb mold arms here is dodgy. Don't like it.
Oh, okay, Ricky didn't get one way, but on the other hand, you need a moon pearl and a hammer to go through that connector. Basically going from CAC to the village of Outcast.
Very, very nice. That's good. Yeah, this could be running around without a sword is an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
If you didn't know already.
Yes, it is. Alright, ooh, TR Bridge is a good find here for a connector. We're gonna have to come back later to check the Mimic Cave entrance, but that is a good connector to have. The game does guarantee you an access there, and that's a good one to have.
So that's to rock less wedge.
Yep.
Paradox.
Ricky, unfortunately, has not picked up the Desert Small key because he hasn't gone to South Shore yet. Desert Small was in the Late World Dam entrance. As you see, the other exit to Paradox has dumped us out with Checkerboard Cave. Okay, well, that's one less entrance to check with Mirror whenever we find that eventually. And Witch is hiding out at Nagina's hut today. We might need to come back there later, depending on where the mushroom is and if we need to turn that in. Can't check the desert entrance, we don't have the book, but we can see that is a big key on the desert ledge. We probably need to go back for that. And right side desert takes us to the bottom of Dark East Death Mountain.
Looking Jaws here. Desert Fairy takes us to Ice Palace. Got it. Ice Palace.
Yep.
Haven't checked South Shore yet, have we? I don't believe.
We've checked part of it, because remember that's where the Desert Small was for Jaws. He checked
MMC
Light World Dam entrance. He checked Light World entrance. Mini Moldorm Cave was like K45 or something, like a single item check that was useless. He did not do Ice Route. He did not do the Light World Shopping Mall area. Ricky's gonna do Back of Escape. Let's see. That check. Ferry by Eastern, I guess, or whatever that entrance is called. I don't have to memorize. Is useless for Jaws.
Eastern Ferry Spring.
Yeah, South Shore, especially the Light World shopping mall area, which is where like Ice Rod Cave is in vanilla. That one's rough to check without glove because then you're hard opening an entrance. So it makes sense to go do the Eastern area entrances first.
Yep.
Jaws did check the Light World Hype Cave entrance, the dam entrance, and the Mini Moldorm Cave entrance, which produced a small key to desert, and that's about it. So,
as Garble,
yeah, that was useless.
Is fairies nothing?
Not helpful.
Looks like we're going to get the Ice Pal. Well, I guess a dam here or for Ricky.
Yeah. We're gonna see Light Flute 5 for Jaws. That's gonna be the Desert Small for Ricky, which we know led to did give us give us a pod spot from the right side desert. It wasn't useless. TR Big Chest, Light Flute 5, a little bit out of the way, but that is a much nicer TR entrance to have than front door.
Is that TR West or East? That would be TR or back.
That's west. That's Big Chest, so west.
TRB West. Okay, got it.
Wait, no, that's East. I'm mixing up West and East. That's
East,
TR
okay,
East.
Got it. Bomb jump to TR West.
Yeah. It's a terrible spot for literally anything until Flute. True Shinra. Still, I'd consider that a little bit friendlier than the only other entrance of TR we've seen today is the front door, which is in CAC. So it's at least nice to have a second option, even if it's really far out of the way. Spike Cave is a thing we're gonna have to return to later in the Witch Hut entrance.
We're jumping across, I'm guessing, for North Ferry. Flake Flipper, yep.
Yep, that's going to be heading over to the Useless Ferry. It's a nickname, Useless Ferry, as far as the drops go, by the way. Let's see, and this drop down is Ganon. Okay, that's not Vanilla Ganon. Good. We are not guaranteed to have to do Aga 2 for that today.
Sanctuary check here coming up.
Yep.
2 different routes here. Well, I guess Jaws didn't fake Flipper and Ricky did. Yeah, what happened there?
Jaws just walked over instead of taking the fake flipper.
Ooh,
We've got Uncle here in the sink, which means that anyone in the chat, I think, is it the well that's at the pyramid today, chat? Someone who is keeping track of the drops a little better than me can confirm what our pyramid drop is today.
Is Link's house standard in this? Link's house is Link's house?
Link's house is always guaranteed to be vanilla.
Link's house, yeah. Okay.
Flag set.
It looks like we have, from my checks, Lake Fortune Teller. I don't know if that's been checked yet. And then Ice Rod Cave and Goodby Cave. And Shop Lake as well.
Jaws checked the Fortune Teller, I think, if I'm remembering the entrance correctly. Did so when he peeked the boots on Lake Island.
Yeah. I know the boots are there.
We saw Lumberjack Beer. We haven't seen the well that can count, although that might be me losing count. I think Lumberjack drop down was in the woods, beer, to be particular. But we are running low on entrances, and we're running I'm worried about Hera, is what I'm worried about, honestly.
The only two checks, I believe, that we haven't seen are Ice Rod Cave and Goodby Cave, judging by the tracker.
You mean for entrances? Yeah,
for entrances,
Shopping Mall. Yeah, I think you're correct on entrances for Light World Shopping Mall. Apparently that was so nicknamed, if you're wondering, if anyone's wondering, is because there was a rather old race where there was just a bunch of shops in that area, Light World and Dark World, and so both areas got nicknamed by Shopping Mall at some point. Also known as the Ice Rock Cave area. Let's see, this is going to be the Hera Big and Small Keys for Jaws. I have to assume he'd go back to... I don't think he's checked the Lost Woods entrances yet, but I have to assume that when he sees Hera... I have to assume that when Jaws sees Hera, he's going to go in and clear as much as he can, because we're really, really running out of checks. And those three things in Hera, the basement, the big chest, and the compass chest, are looking really suspicious right now for progression. Ricky getting one way to the desert here, as we saw earlier from Jaws. Yeah, that's magic. No, it's used. I don't think that's useless fairy there, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Ricky
Hera coming right now for Jaws, and go ahead.
Ricky hasn't checked eastern areas, so green spots over in the eastern area. Probably heading that way. Jaws will do these checks over here.
Ricky did find Ice Palace, and that's the end of that route for him.
So yeah, you're going to get the Eastern Palace checks now for Ricky. And after Hera, it looks like we're going to have maybe either Lost Woods or the Ice Rock Cave entrances for Jaws. And
I'm just assuming Jaws is going to find some kind of progression here, because we're running out of progression to do as Ricky gets the bad news about the boots. Look, realistically, we're running very, very hard out of checks. 22 minutes in, we have a lamp and we have blue mail. That's it. We have lamp, blue mail, and a handful of keys. We've got a couple of dungeon entrances, but we actually do have the first couple checks of Eastern are in logic. I'm not sure if any of it is weapons locked, but otherwise we can do a decent amount in there at least. We've got Eastern, we've got Hera. We have seen everything we do in Desert. We can't touch ice and we can't touch TR logically.
Looks like we have
and our connectors are garbage.
2 keys for Pod, currently keys wise, and we got a key for Desert Palace. Small key, we picked up that. Really, other than that, we haven't picked up anything. I think 1 key for Castle Tower.
No Castle Tower keys. We did see our third pod small in the Hera basement.
GT. Small key, sorry, my bad. GT.
What was that GT small? I did not see it. It's also not tracked on the tracker, by the way, which is the other thing that's confusing me.
Yeah, I'm just looking at I'm trying to keep.
Okay, chat confirms it's 4 checks in Eastern and Logic, so the entire everything but the boss. Okay, I wasn't sure. Everything but the boss and the big chest. That makes sense actually. Bombs get you pretty far in cross keys. You just have to make sure you stock up on them whenever possible. Jaws should be picking up the only TR small we've seen so far here in Lost Woods. Jaws also did not climb Hera. Understandably, given the issues we saw with Ricky and the Beatles and Hera. But I'm really worried about those couple of checks there up top. It's that and Eastern are looking like our primary plays.
Chomps.
Ricky else's.
We're talking about chomps. I guess is this in logic? The bomb jump?
This is not in logic. This
Okay.
is glitchless logic by D, and rail clips are glitches.
Yeah, okay.
I-
So yeah, it looks
it
keys
could
and
be an
stuff should be
important
up to date now.
sequence break.
So that's what we have for keys. That's adding both keys together. Hookshot is on ledge there.
Okay, that's.
That's
We
pretty
gotta
rough.
find a connector up there.
Okay, what's this? We got Dark Sank. Is Thief Town.
That is, that's going to be 4 new checks here. That is good. It's out of logic because Ricky got here. It's out of logic both because it's a Dark World dungeon without Moon Pearl and because Ricky got here by an out of logic connector. But this might be something of value here, as I think Jaws is heading back to Eastern with this route. Hookshot on Bumper Ledge is gross because you have to find a connector there.
Ooh,
Chain
smart.
of Burna does nothing right now for us. It's nice. Oh, I guess it's our first weapon. That's not bombs, I guess, but it's not great. It might get hit. Does the Chain of Burna do anything against the Beatles? Because if it does, that could be good for Ricky as chat notes. Now we can kill blind if we had the big key to Thief Sound, which we don't. We did just find the big key to Pod, though. And $20. Well, okay, that was not the greatest.
Alright, looks like the tracker should be fully up to date now. I was just cross-checking a couple of things.
No worries. For context, chat, I am running a note sheet on items and some entrances. Buddy is working on an entrance tracker, although it's going.
It's my first time ever using an entrance tracker, really, so I'm trying my best. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah, it's also why I'm running a notes sheet, is just so we've got 2 sources of info. Bumper Cave is at Curiosity Shop, which we can't get anywhere without a cape, so that's for later, maybe. So far, the front of Eastern is not paying off for Jaws, it looks like. First bottled is absolutely diddly squat because we haven't seen Sick Kid.
It's a shop.
That's a shop for Ricky, here in the fortune teller north of the village, I guess. One last check left for Jaws here in Eastern, and it looks like Ricky is heading for the front of Skull Woods.
Oh, sketchy.
Alright, Eastern Big Key Chest. One of our last remaining in-logic checks is our mirror. Right.
Be in for a long ride here.
We do have some Dark World connectors, and that probably unlocks
Ooh.
more than 0 checks, but that's not... I don't think that's the progression you wanted to see, game.
Yeah, this is still all out of logic, right? Okay.
Ricky is out of logic. That mirror was in logic, but I am not stellar with entrance rando, so I'm not certain what exactly that mirror opens. We do have some Dark World connectors.
Looks like the mirror will open the mountain, right?
Yes, you're right,
with the
because...
connector.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, that'll open this up. Yeah, starting with this, which is... Is that the other side of Bumper Cave? Thanks. not the most helpful thing ever. Yeah, we're gonna see now. We're gonna see the East Death Mountain for Jaws.
Rough.
Yep.
It's gonna be Spiral Cave. No, it's not. It's gonna be Spiral Cave entrance.
Yeah, that's a Spiral Cave entrance, which is junk. Great.
And then Spiral Cave bottom is
the archery game, which you're really good to farm money right now, Jaws. I'm a little surprised, but okay.
Jaws is not Legolas, so it seems. That wasn't a really good farm there, but another go here. One picked him up there, back to start. Running around with one heart here, so wonder if we'll see a death warp out here.
Dying out in the would be a bit messy, I think. Heart piece for Ricky, who is also down to almost no health. Josh perhaps thinking of an analogic Zora play at some point is perhaps why he's doing this. I'm not sure why else he would be farming money right now. Ricky taking death to the Gibbos there. I don't believe that was intentional.
Yeah, it's running around the overworld with one heart is not fun.
No, Dark Bottom of Paradox entrance for Jaws is fake Ice Rod Cave. That's not helpful to anything.
Paradox, get it. Hookshot for a cave. Be careful with these little red bouncy things. They're pretty scary.
Yeah. And Front of Skull Woods was a bust for Ricky. There's Old Man.
Old Man, Light World, Mountain.
Yeah.
And it's
the library is
nothing.
junk. Okay.
Gonna get a refill here. Yep.
Good idea. And he's gonna check the back entrance, which is a good idea. This is, by the way, all incredibly out of logic, but this is basically the end of his chain here. He can't really do much else on Death Mountain with his current lack of items, so this is going to be the end of his chain before he save quits back to get out of this mess.
Area start.
Oh,
welcome
Desert Main! Okay, Desert Mains. Okay, so that's one less entrance to worry about later, but it doesn't help with anything. Oh, actually, that connect actually wasn't logic. Good point, Shinra, you're right, because we did have logical access there with Mirror and yeah, never mind, you're right. It doesn't help, though, because that doesn't do anything to get us dumped at the Desert Main entrance.
We still have those two entrances over by Ice Rod Cave to do.
Yeah. I think are there any new entrances we can check with that mirror right now, Bitey?
I don't believe so. Something that's popped up as Haunted Grove has popped up on my map. So maybe the mirror puts that in logic.
K45 entrance, I think, is what that is. Actually, that might be. I'm not sure which of our connectors gets us there, but that might be an option.
Two Brothers West has lit up as well.
Race Game left. Yeah, Race Game left K45 entrances. I'm not sure which of our connectors dropped those.
Oh, somebody clipped that!
What happened? Amazing. I missed it.
He just bombed the wrong wall. That was so good.
Whoops. Oh, that's Dark Shopping Mall.
Much crap for that.
Speaking of the speaking of the Ice Rod Cave area, we just got dumped out of the Dark World version. Dawes, use the mirror, dude. Hello?
Oh no, that's not good.
He just took the Quarreling Brothers connector to the Dark World shopping mall area. He could have checked the the two Light World entrances there while at the mirror that he picked up a few minutes ago.
It's easy being a backseater. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, someone in chat did say that Jaws is relatively new to this mode, which would explain why sometimes you just forget, I could do that. Because you can use a mirror as a bunny. That's vanilla, and that would have been two of our only remaining entrances left in the game that are available to check.
What side was that? Was that the right side dark ledge hint? On the right-hand side?
It's the Dark Ice Rod Cave area. That was the glove-blocked entrance specifically in the Dark Ice Rod area.
Yeah, and then that was coming over from
Quarreling Brothers,
West,
which
right?
was which was Mini Moldorm Cave, the other side of that connector.
Okay.
Yes.
Great clip, instantly.
Sorry, I don't
Saving
know the
that.
formal names for the entrances in the tracker, by the way, so that's why I'm like trying to do my best with it. Spiral Cave is going to be checked here for Jaws. This is why I forgot this check was available. This is a one-way connector, which is why we haven't seen it yet.
Ooh,
There's a
mirror.
mirror for Ricky, who's probably like, "You're kidding me, game." Alright, Spiral Cave, one of our handful of remaining things, is useless. Great. Is the connector any better?
We got quite a few popping up now. We've got Swamp Palace.
Loading Island, that's a good one. That gets us to the top of East Death Mountain. That's a really, really good connector.
Oh, there's
And
Cape.
Cape on. That
That's
gets us
gonna
we saw
Hookshot. Right, Hookshot should be available now because
No, we need to find the connector there. Bumper Cave doesn't take us out to the vanilla location to find it. We have to find the connector that drops us there, as we see Quake for the TR entrance.
yeah, I see. I got you. Yeah,
We need to find the connector to Cave. There is a connector there. We don't know what it is, but there is a connector that will eventually get us the
Usually
Hookshot.
spit out on the Dark World on the mountain and then mirror, right?
Yeah, you have to get spit out to that ledge.
Yeah.
In the Dark World, not in Light World, so that the Light World might have a connector too. And then you have to go check. It's really, really gross to get the hookshot. It's ridiculously bad. And there's the Podsmall for Ricky on Right Side Desert we saw earlier. That's the back of Hookshot Cave, is not far from Vanilla. That's what, Paradox Top? Yep. Hey, bonsoir, Danny et Pichu dans le chat. Another shop here for Jaws, that's unhelpful. I totally missed how Ricky got to the Meyer area. That's Mini Moldorm Cave in Meyer Shed Right.
I should write. Okay, MMC.
We're going to be able to check the back of Desert entrance as Jaws finds the connector to Curiosity Shop that we saw earlier, right? And yeah, it's useless. Yeah, chat. Which connector did Ricky take to get to the Meyer area? Because I did not see that.
Dark left Meyer Shed is nothing.
It's useless.
Gonna get, I guess, the ledge, and then
we can get the big key on the ledge, and we can check the desert left entrance, which is Pod. Hey, chat. Though, how did Ricky get here? Because I did not. Because I did not see the connector. Did you see how Ricky got to Meyer area? Because I didn't.
I didn't. I was focusing on Jaws in the tracker.
Desert Main? Thanks, chat. Okay. We did see Desert Left and Desert Right. We hadn't seen Desert Main. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that explains a lot. Thank you, chat. Did not catch what the first check of Pod was, but I'm assuming that was junk for Ricky looking at the tracker.
Yeah, nothing popped up there.
Thank you. Jaws is going to take Spiral Cave again, heading back through to Death Mountain. We're heading straight to the back of Pod for Ricky. There's going to be a bunch of checks here, completely out of logic since we only have 3 Pod keys. He only has 2. We've seen 3, but this is going to be some additional checks that could give us some info. Can even do the big chest because we've got the big key. Compass chest is junk. Yeah, Jaws is heading back to the mountain because this is our floating island connector.
Still junk. Still junk.
Yeah, okay, Jaws is doing the left side of Death Mountain now. Gonna head over and check the Hera entrance. Then you can go down and check the Spec Rock entrance, top of Spec Rock entrance. A couple things. So chess game is here, which is small key to Pod. In logic, actually, Ricky hasn't found anything, but if Ricky had found anything over on his side in pod, that would have put it in logic.
Ooh, glove for Ricky.
In the pod big chest, that is ridiculously out of logic. And Hyrule Castle Main is here at the top of Spec Rock. And Hotnaze is useless for Ricky. But that's a really strange spot for Glove, because it is locked behind all 6 pod small keys, and we are missing 2 right now. Bomb Shop is over on, over here on Death Mountain.
Okay, think. Return Cave coming up.
Wait, did Ricky just find the Moon Pearl and I missed it? Because it's not marked on the tracker. I realized the chat's commenting on it.
Yep, he's got the Moon Pearl.
Big Key to Desert on the Desert Ledge. Thanks, game. Moon Pearl was in the pod maze. Thank you, chat. I'm assuming there. Oh, that's gross. Pod maze for the Moon Pearl of all places, and that is, in fact, chat is correct. The big key to pod was in the front of Thieves Town, and the Thieves Town itself is in the Dark Sanctuary, which is, well, there's some degree of stupid here.
Looks like we can dark cross check from Jaws here.
Yep.
And then maybe front of escape as well.
I assume so. Yeah, Ice Palace and Thieves Town 5-6. Thank you, chat. Let's see. Mini Moldum Cave. Small key to TR. Finally our first sword. A heart piece. Small key to Swamp is a great find. Another heart piece. First sword is finally out. Finally here. 40 minutes in, Ricky has got to be happy to see that. You're also glad to see the Swamp Palace Small Key, because that is hardcore to beat that palace if you need to beat it. And, yeah, that's a really, really good find for Ricky. This is not exactly in logic. I don't think he cares much. Small Key to GT is of no use right now for Jaws. We haven't even seen GTs, how useless that is right now. So the Small Key to GT is in logic. These next 2 checks are locked behind Hyrule Castle Small Key, which, wherever that is, we haven't seen it. Okay, that does explain, though, why we've already seen 4 out of 6 pod smalls, because it's always a little weird to see them early. Game wants us to get the Moon Pearl out of the pod 6 key lock checks without having the pod big key, because that's logically Moon Pearl locked, because this seed is ridiculous, apparently. What a mess. I've also completely lost. I'm still wondering where our logic is. It's probably in Hera, but I'm curious as to what the game logically wanted us to do to get to where we got to, because I think we lost track.
Oh, big key of this dungeon.
That's always vanilla, Bitey, because that's an enemy drop. And pot key drops and enemy key drops are not randomized in this mode. Yep, logically require double dip with the Dark Maze of Pod, Tyler. Shenmue, Moon Pearl was in the pod maze, which is 6 key locked, not in the U room with torches, which is 4 key locked. According to chat, at least, which, because I didn't see the item in Moon Pearl either. Just see the welding out? You don't say. Shenmue, you don't say. Gonna rescue the old man here for Jaws and see where that goes. Okay, that's $50. Thanks for nothing. Hello. Death Mountain Ascension Cave and Light World is useless. Okay, check confirming it was the bottom. Merle was the bottom chest in the pod maze. That is, well, it's lamp locked, it's pod access locked, and it's also 6 pod keys locked is the big thing. As we're going to finally see a return to Hera. This is a pretty much a near logical last location. The Ricky's sequence broke a bit with the Moon Pearl and everything. And we just found Laser Bridge. I don't think that's where this was for Jaws, because I was not paying sufficient attention to see.
Okay, Gaster.
Can't enlighten me on which entrance this was, because I spazzed it. As,
Sword!
There's our second sword, Laser Bridge. Cape, but is now out of magic for further uses of said cape. Hera Compass Chest is our key to Eastern. Oh, great. We're gonna have to go back in there, aren't we? So that's... Okay, so Hera was our last question. Without a sword to kill the beetles with, because, apparently we need to go back to the Eastern Big Chest is what that looks like. There for Ricky, I've just found the really gross Eastern Big Key. That's weird, Gabe.
I got a lot of the Dark World stuff starting to open up. All of Dark, Vu, Swamp Palace, Hype Cave, Dark Lake Shop.
Yeah.
Big Game Stumpy.
There's a lot now without Moon Pearl, yeah, Bitey. Our Moon Pearl, our Moon Pearl's not in logic, is the funny thing, and I'm trying to figure out where the logic went for it. Let's see, what did I need to... Okay, so Ricky's access to Pod was in logic, because our mirror that was taking... We went through Desert. One of the entrances to Desert is in CAC, another took us to the Meyer area. Hera Big Chest was a hard piece. And that gets us to my area, and then we have Mirror to go to. Desert left entrance was Pod. Mirror itself was in the Eastern Big Key Chest, which is also in logic. The issue is that our Moon Pearl is behind 6 pod keys, and we're still missing 2 somehow. I don't know how we're missing 2 pod keys, but we're missing 2 logically for our Moon Pearl access. Because this seat is stupid.
How many is required for the Moon Pearl? Keys-wise.
All 6 are logically required by ID. That's the issue. We've got 4 and we are missing 2.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. There's very few checks left in logic for those 4 pods. For those last 2 pod smalls. And I don't know when Jaws is going to get there. Which entrance did Jaws just take to get dumped out at TR? Hera is done, and unfortunately our pendant for Ricky. Yeah, chat, Buddy, do you see which connector Jaws took to get to the TR entrance?
I didn't, I was watching the Moldorm fight.
Same here, chat.
Hyrule Castle left. Okay.
Thank you.
Hyrule Castle left.
Okay, we haven't seen Hyrule Castle right, then, I don't believe, for my count.
Remain. Okay, got it.
Too much going on. This seat's a hot mess, apparently. And I'm really curious what that Eastern Big Chest has now, because we're running out of things to do, and there's gotta be something available somewhere. I'm half suspecting the game wants us to get a vanilla bow out of Eastern to go do pod right side for more keys. That would not surprise me at this point. Because I'm honestly not sure how much is left in logic. That Moon Pearl opens up a ton of stuff in the Dark World. Just being able to get places with entrances and having a look. It really helps. We do have logical sword access without the pod keys, because the Meyer Shed right was Mini Moldorm Cave, and that had a sword in it. The sword on Laser Bridge. Oh yeah, where was Laser Bridge, by the way? Because I still didn't catch where that entrance was.
Laser Bridge. I've got a TR.
I've written down the other TR entrances. We've now seen all 4. I'm just not sure.
TR main is Hyrule Castle left. We've got Snitch Lady was also TR. Well, and then was TR East was Eastern Fairy Cave. So that's 1, 2, 3. So Snitch Lady, Eastern Fairy Cave, and Hyrule Castle left are the 3 TRs that I have written down.
It's on the mountain. Is it near the old man? Furthest right entrance on West Death Mountain. Okay, over on that side of the map. Gotcha, thank you. Entrance above Old Man. Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, okay, that makes... Okay, yeah, I see what you mean now. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, Dark Shopping Mall for Ricky. Yeah, like I said, it's the other side of that connector. Ricky did not check the Light World Shopping Mall, though. Guys! That's some of the only other things we have left in Logic is Light World Shopping Mall. Unless Ricky checked Light World Shopping and we just missed it, which is also possible. But if he didn't, I'm gonna be a little cranky. Jaws is probably gonna be a bit crabby about this pendant. Vex, the Hera Small and the Hera Big were both in Blind's Hut, which was in the Lumberjack Hut entrance. As welcome in late bit rating with a party of 6, sorry. Welcome in. We've got what's turning out to be a hot mess. Eastern Big was in the Hero Compass chest, Shinmaru, yes. It is in Logic. And yes, Joss should have gotten it. And yeah, Jaws did the Hera basement earlier. Just both runners left the climb of Hera until they had a sword.
I'm guessing whoever finds the flippers is going to have a decent advantage here by the looks of it.
Honestly, possibly. It's hard to be completely sure. Right now, Jaws really needs... What Jaws is really missing is probably that Moon Pearl. And in order to get that Moon Pearl, Jaws needs to go... back to desert, basically, and check the connector he hasn't checked there, because that's what gets him to the Mire Shed area, and that will get him his next progression. He's currently going somewhere else, though, and I'm not quite remembering where this one goes right now. This takes him to the village of Outcasts?
Evu, yep.
Yeah, he hasn't seen this yet. Yeah, that doesn't get him anywhere.
He's stuck anyways with the hammer.
Yeah, no hammer and no Moon Pearl anyway. That cave goes nowhere, because the other side of it's in CAC. I hadn't realized Ricky hadn't checked Bottle Vendor yet, because
I think Jaws is trying to work out what to do here. He looks a little bit lost.
I think he's lost. I think he's forgotten that he hasn't checked the front of Desert entrance. He's checked the Desert... Desert left was in CAC, and Desert right was on southeast, on the bottom of East Death Mountain, so... He's checked both of those. He's just forgotten he hasn't checked.
I don't know if he's actually jumped across here and checked this, to be honest.
I don't think either runner have. I don't think we've seen it, but just from the front either. Desert Big Chest is... Oh, Spike Cave. Okay.
Small key for Thief Town?
Small key to Thieves Town is presently unusable. In Logic, as far as it goes. It's getting it is in Logic, using it's not, because the Thieves Town is in the Dark World entrance. And our Moon Pearl is presently out of Logic behind 2 pods, small keys. Okay, right, that's back to here for Ricky. I'm gonna take this K connector.
Nothing.
Oh yeah, we checked the Limit Cave entrance earlier. That was junk from Jaws.
So we're getting MMC Ice Rods, probably Ice Rod section. I don't think either runner have done this yet.
Ricky, they've both seen the Dark World side. They just didn't check the Light World side with Mirror. Is the issue? I'm pretty sure. I've yelled at both of them at this point for not checking the Light World side of this with a mirror, because they've both taken the connector cave that dumped them out of the Dark World entrance, the Dark World version of this area. They've just not used the mirror, because they both had it when they took the connector here, to check the light world entrances. These are in logic. Not a lot is, but these are.
Alright, here we go. Let's see what these are.
Chicken hut. Heart piece, that's not
Well, Jaws doesn't have a glove, so he can't check the 20 rupee cave.
He can't check the third entrance, no. That's going to be an isolated entrance for him. And that's a really stupid spot for Smiths.
Okay, Smith.
Meyer's shed for Ricky is in the M cave over on desert, I think is where he is. Which has an ice rod and $20. Ice rod might be required for Trinex. And did I remember correctly? Yep, M cave. So named because that area kind of looks like that. Yeah.
Like he might be heading over that way as well now.
Well, this is a hobo check for Jaws. And yeah, Ricky's heading towards Late Shopping Mall, so look at that glove-blocked entrance we didn't see earlier. Hey, Kabuchoid. This seat's terrible. We have not seen all 6 pod smalls, Gilgamesh. We're missing 2, somehow. I don't know how, because there's so little left in the game logically, but we're missing the 2 pod small keys. It's our 3rd sword off the hobo, critically out of logic, not that it matters right now. For those who missed it, logically, this seat wanted you to... let's see. Lumberjack house entrance had blindside in it. That gave you both the desert small key and the desert big key. Hera compass chest had the eastern big key. Hera basement had a pod small key. Eastern big key we haven't actually gotten turned in, but the pod small is one of all 6 logically required for your moon pearl in the pod maze, with your first glove in the pod big chest, which is behind the pod big key in Thief's Town, which is in a Dark World entrance. So that is a logical double dip of the pod maze to get your glove after your moon pearl. We've got boots on the Lake Island. We've got hookshot on the Bumper Cave. I totally missed the Waterfall Ferry entrance for Jaws. The thing that Jaws is missing for progression right now is he has forgotten that he has not checked the front entrance to Desert. I've seen both the left side and the right side. One of the 2 is in cap. He needs to check the front entrance of that, because that takes him to the Meyer area, and he needs to do that for pod access, and Mini Moldorm Cave there has a sword, Desert Swamp Small, and another TR Small, plus some other loose ends. Waterfall Ferry entrance is non-waterfall ferry. Thank you. And yay! Why? Why is that vanilla flippers?
Oh my goodness me.
That
is
gross.
Sorry, I'm just updating a lot of this tracker stuff here. Getting caught up here.
Yay, that's...
So now he's gonna go get... Now he's gonna go get boots, right? Or does he have the moon pearl? He can't use the moon pearls.
This is not how you get boots. You have to go from Dark World. That's what I mean.
He's got to be thinking about it. He needs a moon pearl, right?
He needs the moon pearl, and to get his moon pearl, he needs to go through. He needs to check the desert front entrance. He's seen the left side and the right side. He just hasn't seen the back.
Point of happiness is a key. Gannis Tower.
To GT. Our 3rd small key to GT. It's completely useless right now because we haven't seen GT. But yes, that is glove-locked, that is a glove-locked pair of vanilla flippers. We don't have a logical glove, I should add. We need to find our pod small keys before we can do that. And I don't know what's left for our pod small keys. Running out of places for it.
Looks like I'm up to date now. I've cross-referenced from both trackers. That should be everything up to date.
Surfing Bunny with a favorable connector could get boots or just find Podlol. Yeah, Danny. Well, Jaws has to check the desert. Does need to start rechecking connectors and realize that he's forgotten the desert main entrance.
This could be it right now. He's heading towards Desert Palace West, by the looks of it.
He's back in CAC, that's for sure. I can't
CAC.
quite remember where Desert is in CAC.
It's right here. It's in the shop. He hasn't checked. Yeah. It's.
Oh yeah, Bomb Hut. Yep, I did actually write down the specific CAC entrance.
So yeah, he's realized now.
Hey, Drunk Future Self, raiding with a party of 7. Welcome in. We've got a hot mess of a seat. We are heading back into TR. This is going to be a lava chest check for Ricky, I believe. Lava chest change humps, now that he's got a sword to do those checks.
So we're going to
that's where he's
see
going.
Desert entrance.
This is the thing Jaws needs.
Yeah, it's going to into Meyer. Alright. He's going to pick up his Moon Pearl. Then when he gets his Moon Pearl, he's probably going to get his boots, right?
I'd have to assume he would get there, yeah. But he's gonna... He should get his first... Okay, so let's see. As Ricky got bunny beamed on the way to Lava Chest. For those who don't know, Mini Moldorm Cave is here. That has a couple small keys and a sword for Jaws. Pod is in... So that's the right Meyer Shed. Meyer Shed left is something or another. Yeah, Meyer Shed left is not much of help. Ricky Jaws will be back there in a minute because the desert left entrance is Pod, and our Moon Pearl is in there. As Lava Chest is junk. Great. And the flippers are vanilla behind a glove, which is Moon Pearl locked, which is 6 pod small key locked, and we are still missing 2 pod smalls from I don't even know where.
Oh, big key, obviously, for Desert Palace.
Yep, saw that earlier. That is Desert Big Chest at the Thieves Town Big, which we can't logically use without finding, or without Moon Pearl, because the Thieves Town is in the Dark World. And let's see, TR Change Humps is our first Meyer Small. That's not particularly helpful.
Well, Jaws has slightly more keys than Ricky when Ricky was in here. Jaws has 4. I believe Ricky had 2 or 3 when he came in, so...
It doesn't matter for the sake of getting to the back. He doesn't have a bow. He also doesn't have the pod big. He's the bigger problem because he can't get his Moon Pearl, as Ricky has now definitively looked at his hookshot. But yeah, the bigger issue, though, Bitey, is that Jaws did not do the sequence break Ricky did to... Ricky bomb jump across from TR Big Chest entrance to the TR left entrance, and that got him to Thieves Town, which is how he got his pod big key, which is what got him his glove. Jaws did not do that. I'm not sure he knows how to do the bomb jump from across those 2 TR entrances. Jaws will not be getting that glove for a while. It is probably... There's a decent chance it's logical myths, but we don't... Oh, no, there's a pretty good chance this is first glove, Tyler. It's only locked behind 6 pod small keys. We know that wherever our last 2 pod smalls are, they have to show up. Moon Pearl is apparently logic locking the entire game, and there's only so much left for it.
Graveyard check coming up here.
Nope.
Chop. Junk.
Deborah Warman, glove is in the pod big chest. The pod big key is in the Thieves Town, which is in the Dark Sank entrance. Sorry if I'm not making much sense to you, but I don't know if I am. This scene is such a mess to try.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm just trying to keep up. He's gonna get his Moon Pearl, and then I'm guessing after the Moon Pearl is gonna be... He has, I guess he'll find a Dark World access to the island, and then he'll probably get his boots, so...
He'll get his boots, but he's got... That glove's gonna be a stinker for him. Moon Pearl's very much needed, though.
It'll be stinky, but he'll be able to go fast and stinky.
Yeah.
Chess game. Fairy, nothing.
Yeah.
Thieves' Town was nothing by the looks of it.
I don't think the thief. Yeah, I missed the Thieves' Town entrance.
Bombable Hut coming up here.
Yeah. I mean,
That
yes, we're signaling
is
Pod logic.
Desert
That's
Tower.
the back of Desert.
And Desert back, yep.
That is going to be our second beatable dungeon here. We do have the big key, we've got a lamp, and we've got a sword to kill Amos with. Okay, we're going. Yeah, Jaw's not thinking to do mini Moldarm Cave there, which is an ouch. He doesn't need Tempered, he doesn't need a Swamp Small or the second TR Small right now, which are the things that's in mini Moldarm Cave, but would be nice. That, I think, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately we're seeing Jaws is relatively new to cross keys, as Chad's discussing, and this is a really terrible seed for a new cross keys player. Both runners have been struggling a little bit with this one, and I can't fault Jaws. There's been some deeply unfun logic chains here, and it's just a mess. As Desert's we've got 2 pendants completable already in logic. And we're gonna have to pull the pad soon. I'm kind of concerned. Yeah, this is Boots' play for Jaws, which makes sense. Pendant number 2 for Ricky. We don't want to see that cave. Depending on what our third pendant is, that could be really annoying to get.
I guess the thing for me is, for Ricky's side, I mean, because Ricky's route has opened up so much, I think that the Zora check's going to be something very bottom on his list of checks. Do you know what I mean? I can't think he's going there for a very, very long time.
I don't think he's going for vanilla flippers of all things anytime soon. These couple entrances are in logic, because we don't need we had mirror early-ish, and that's a stupid spot for Meyer. That's not logically difficult, because we don't have logical boots, and we can't get our hookshot, because that's on bumper.
Got that one down.
Race game left is Meyer, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have we seen Race Minigame Light World? I don't know if has that been checked yet.
They both checked it for the item on Race Game. It is something or another that's completely useless. They do not need it. They would be checkable now with Mirror, but they don't need it.
Is he getting 300 here?
He's trying to find the item. It's not giving the game is not giving it to him. It's guaranteed to give it to you within 30 days. I think it took like 25 or something stupid. I wasn't counting exactly, but that is a fire rod.
It's a small key for remember. Yeah, small key to Thieves' Town.
Yeah, that was for Jaws. And no, that was. Yeah, is that a small key to Thieves? That was a big.
Small key to Thieves. For Jaws.
Okay, that was I wrote down as a big key to Thieves for some reason. Never mind.
Thieves' Town again. Thieves' Town is Dark Sank.
Yep. Which is why our glove is out of logic, because our pod big key was in there, and that's behind the Moon Pearl, which is behind 6 pod small keys, which is who even knows.
1 hour in, and we're pretty bare on items here.
Yes, we are. It's been pretty barren all race. I mean, that's the story of the sea. Really is worse stuff.
Alright, Swamp is... Ooh, that's 2 checks. And there's a big key coming up for Thieves' Town. There's the big key Thieves right there.
Which is also Moon Pearl locked.
It's going to open up Thieves' Town back, which is probably where Ricky's going to go, I think.
Yeah, he's gonna probably walk up a little western side of Dark World here. It's a long walk. He's at the literal opposite. He's at the complete opposite end of the map from Dark Sank.
Alright, looks like he might be going for the walk though. like judging by where. Maybe check Hype Cave first, probably.
He's got Hype Cave, he's got Bomb Shop, Pyramid Ledge, he might do the pod area. There's a lot on the way up.
Okay, so that's done.
There's a lot to do here.
Old Stumpy as well. Check Arrow Game. Did we see Arrow Game checked?
We saw it. Archery game was forgettable.
Yeah, okay. So I don't think we've seen Old Stumpy yet, right?
He checked Stumpy, also jumped.
Stay jumping. So there is
Aga Tower. We're going to check the first
Tower.
chest here. Cannot get the second since we don't have the small keys. But Stumpy was a writer. Thanks, chat. First chest of Aga Tower is a small key to Skullwoods. Thanks.
That's still classed as Hyrule Castle.
This is a separate chest. This is a separate
CT, oh, it's CT, so that's what it's under. Okay, couldn't work out what that was there for a second.
Yeah, Backwards Tracker can be a little weird to understand at times. This will be boots for Ricky. Well, no, Ricky can't get boots, Brain.
No.
Heart piece for Jaws, so that's not going to get picked up. They're in the Dark Witch Hut. Pyramid Fairy has got our bow. It's a Dark World Lake Fortune Teller, and that's an immediate save put. Ricky is going to go beat Eastern. I would not be surprised if he then heads to. No, he can't.
Where's your Jaws going? Go for a swim.
I was wondering as I looked over when you said that. I was like, Ricky's going to go beat Eastern now. Eastern Big Chest is one of the handful of things we have in Logic that we haven't actually seen yet, I think. It is also, it's 7 and 8 chance of being our first crystal, and pod is also not completable.
Eastern we know is crystal.
We did see the map somewhere.
Yep.
Let's see. Bunk Rocks by Sank. Back of Skull.
Back of Skull, okay.
Ricky will be able to beat Moth when he gets there. Not in Logic, without all 3 Skullwood small keys, but that will be beatable. And that's a big key
for Turtle Rock. Interesting. So he hasn't. Yeah, I guess he hasn't made it into the. I'm just having a look at the tracker here. It looks like Tiana's tracker. There's the pod area in the dark, and then there's the 3 Hyrule Castle checks that he can check. And other than that, there's not much. Yes. Yeah, he hasn't found the connector to get over to like Dark Sank yet, so I can't remember how he's getting to Dark Sank.
Dark Sank was the left side of TR. Remember, Ricky bomb jumped across.
Yeah. Okay, so he
by the TR big chest, and we
don't
don't think Jaws knows the bomb jump.
There's Ganon's tower.
Yeah, we saw that. Wait, you're a second. You're a
on
little
on the left. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, I see that now. Oh yeah, I'm watching the Yunker's wife's Discord stream, not Joss's.
Sorry, no, I was just checking. I was just checking the map for Joss there.
No worries. I was like, wait, how did you get there? Oh yeah,
my magician. So what do we have here? We got 2 keys.
We've got no hammer and no cane. It's just these couple checks.
Just these couple of checks.
He physically cannot continue left side without a hammer. He cannot continue right side without a cane. That's it.
That is the... Okay, so we'll mark that down.
Yep.
GT. Okay. We're going to get our first crystal after 1 hour and 12 minutes.
Yes, we are. Pod Shed, by the way, or whatever you want to call this place, is Swamp Palace with a book in the first chest. Okay.
A pod. I've never seen half of these locations in my life before. Oh my goodness.
They're useless in vanilla, that's why.
We're getting a tour of Hyrule here.
Crystal and some junk. Yeah, I mean, it's this seed, Mighty. We're seeing everything, apparently, because the seed doesn't want us to give us any items. It is a terrible book location. It is also severely out of logic, last I checked, but anyhow.
Get some interesting dash lines here on the left. Looks like we're going to get a pod check here. No one's checked this yet, so this will be new.
Oh, this is our first time seeing the pod area entrances.
Alright,
he watches his first best. Oh, there's the other side of Harrow Castle. We could have seen this forever ago.
Harrow Castle East.
Right.
Alright.
we could have seen that entrance a long time ago. Although the other two entrances to Harrow Castle are not exactly the best. I'm not surprised. Ricky, as predicted, is going to go finish pod here. I'm just laughing at you and Tyler in chat. Tyler's all in by the R of jawsomesauce's teammates. I do not play Growskies either, for disclosure, though I've commentated it at least a little bit here and there over the years.
Well, Mimic Cave.
Yep, Mimic Cave is not... You cannot check that without a hammer.
That's technically a light world check, that is.
Jaws is going to try to bonk across. You can bonk, and now the bomb jump. Okay, we're finally going to see this. Nice. Okay.
All right, so he's going to find Thief's Town. Is that right?
Yeah. If he goes through the left side entrance, he will. But he's going to go check the lava chest first, which is like a compass or something. And Chain Chomps was of. Chain Chomps was Admire Small Key, which we don't especially need. Pod Race Sign is our other glove game!
Bullocked glove.
That is a very Bullocked glove. These are some really, really bad glove locations. Ricky not going to beat Pod after all. Apparently is going to go do something else.
Oh, careful, careful, careful. Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a really dumb glove location. For those who missed it, our bow is in the Dark World Lake, is in the Fortune Teller just north of Dark Lake Hylia. Like near the lake floating out, near the lake island thing, whatever it's. That's some level or another of dumb. Oh, right, you need camera to beat Pod, that's why you can't beat. Ricky did do that. Whoops, we still don't have an hammer in hour 16. That would be why. Thank you, chat, for that reminder. Yeah, the bow itself is not a terrible location. Jaws just needs to get there at some point.
Well, I guess this is new for Jaws, because this is new checks for Jaws on the left here. He hasn't done any of this stuff. So he should probably find Thief's Town right away, which is going to give him first glove, right? If he goes that route, anyways.
Thief's Town has his pod big key, which is get him his first glove when he gets back to pod, yes. It's not direct.
So both gloves are in pod, right?
Yes. One is in the big chest, the other's on right side. Big chest is 6 key locked, and Moon Pearl locked, which is 6 key locked. It's a double dip with maze logically. And then the other one is bow locked, which with the bow and a Dark World entrance. So also Moon Pearl locked because this seed's being ridiculous. Now let's see. Cape pickup for Ricky, which we know doesn't currently open anything.
Yeah, this stuff is not pretty much is all junk. Basically, Dark Death Mountain is junk.
Yeah, these entrances here are pretty useless for Ricky. The top of a Western Light Death Mountain is very good for Ricky, though. There's going to be a bunch of stuff over here that he hasn't seen yet that Jaws did earlier.
Bonk. King's Graves. Nothing much. Cave, I think.
Yeah, looks like
Alright.
Jaws isn't going to do anything there.
This is Thieves' Town coming up here, right?
Yep, this is Thieves.
Kind of see what we have for keys here, and then we're getting we're coming back the way for Hookshot Cave but no hookshot, no books, so that's not going to work.
We're going to check the connector, which we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
Right, Cane of Burno is there for Jaws, which also doesn't do a whole ton. We've seen Laser Bridge, Gilgamesh. Laser Bridge is... Oh, Desert Right. Thanks. That's unhelpful. Laser Bridge is... Light Flute is... not Light Flute 5. Laser Bridge is bottom of West Death Mountain in Light World.
I'm just going to take a quick washroom break. We'll be right back.
You are fine on that. I'll manage to not implode things too badly, I hope, here. Welcome in Niobium Wormhole, waiting with a party of 2. We have ourselves a really, really messy cross-key seed here. With our runners being jawsomesauce and RickyofKokiri of teams. It's Peanut Butter Jelly time in Team 9 out of the Lost Woods division here in the Open League. Flippers are vanilla. Locked behind both with both gloves in pod. Both gloves are in pod. One is in the pod big chest. Moon Pearl is in the pod maze. We're still missing 2 pod small keys, I should add. The pod big key is in the Thieves Town front, which is at the Dark Sanctuary entrance. Moon Pearl locked. And the bow for the glove on the right side of pod is in the Dark Lake Hylia Fortune Teller, just north of the lake there. Also Moon Pearl locked, because the game's got jokes galore. My co-com buddy's taking a quick bathroom break, and we'll be back shortly. The runners probably will never want to see you play a Yoinker scene again, no, given how this has gone. For those who missed it, Jaws forgot to check the desert main entrance for a while. That was basically your access to your Moon Pearl, in pod. Ricky is missing flippers from Sora, which is its own kind of stupid at this point.
We're pretty much 120, no crystals for Jaws here. 120, one crystal for crystal. Ricky. We were just talking before this, like how long these seeds take, and I was saying, well, sometimes these things can take 3 hours, and they were like, nah, it's very rare. You don't really get those kind of seeds very often.
This is going to be a 3-hour seed at the rate we're going. It's not the rudders even here, it's just that the seed really stinks. This seed just stinks. It's not the rudders. Joss has been doing an impressive job for this mess, given that he's pretty new to this mode. This seed's just terrible. It's okay, it'll suck for 2 hours and then we'll go with 5 dungeons. I don't know about that, Shinru.
So I'm guessing the small keys for, like, Swamp are not shuffled around. Is that kind of the idea here?
They are. Swamp small is shuffled. We saw that earlier.
Okay.
The Skull Wood small key that was a...
Oh yeah, not Swamp
chest
Skull,
not
sorry,
shuffled.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about, not Swamp Skull. I'm getting mixed up
that
here.
is that along with, like, the enemy and pot keys, that specific key is not shuffled, there is always a Skullwood's small key in that chest to avoid any issues with a particularly bad Skullwood's entrance layout. Yeah, that's the one key that's normally in the chest that's not shuffled, is because otherwise you can end up with some unlucky entrance layouts in Skullwoods that can get you stuck. So this tries to avoid that. Are we gonna see a ped check here for Jaws? No, we aren't. Womp womp.
Surprising, if you're here.
I am surprised. You've got 2 pendants. This seat's absolute garbage so far. I'd go check that.
Especially given that he hasn't found anything yet. Like, he's, hasn't found a glove, hasn't found, hammer, hook shot, flute, like, no medallions,
doesn't have
no
rods, no bow.
Yeah, like practically nothing after an hour and 20 minutes.
It's been a really, really dry sea. Okay. Yeah, Thieves and Ice are red crystals. We saw that earlier. Yeah, Channel, you'll have to wait for that ped check. I wouldn't be surprised if we check it eventually. I did notice that Desert and Hera were our red and blue pendants. So we will have, at some point, maybe be able to talk to Saha to find out where our green pendant is. Problem is we haven't found Saha. And Ricky has checked the Harrow Castle entrance for the pod, so it's now over in the pod area, so he's gonna check that out now. And we're gonna see Pyramid Ledge on top of Harrow Castle here for Jaws.
And a green rupee. Always nice.
Fantastic.
A front of escape for Ricky.
Yep, saw this earlier from Jaws. Nothing of immediate helpfulness.
I don't think we've seen this yet. Okay, that's garbage. And then I don't think we've seen the east entrance either yet.
We haven't. So. No, Ricky has not been up here.
We know that TR main is west.
Oh, hey, there's Saha. There. Skullwood's our green pendant. We are one Skullwood.
Yep.
Putting that in logic.
Oh, there's another
sword.
And a key. Ice Palace.
Smoky Dice Palace doesn't really do a ton aside from logic.
And TR main is on the west, so I don't know if he's been come back out there, but we're going to find TR main here.
No, this isn't the front door of TR. That's
why do I have
Super Bunny Cave.
TR main. Super Bunny Cave. I don't know why I've
got TR main entrance is TAC somewhere.
Yeah, it is. Sorry, TR main is Snitch Lady. My bad. I don't know why that's written down as that.
I don't know. I can't help you with running your entrance check.
There you go.
No.
Yeah, Bumper Cave. Yeah, TR main is Snitch Lady. Okay.
Super Bunny Cave is useless for the chest. We will get a connector check here, though, as Ricky clears some of Dark Death Mountain over on his side. There's our Bumper Ledge connector. Yay! That's our way to our hook shop. Yeah, okay, good. Do remember to check this entrance, which is useless, of course. But that's a kind of stupid spot for... That's a kind of stupid chain for a hook shop. Yeah, glad you remember to check that entrance. So, that Swamp Palace is... beatable out of logic. Need a hammer to beat it in logic, but Specky Clip is allowed for this tournament. Greatest connectors of all time. Yeah, they're quite something. Gilgamesh.
I think we've had chess game, yeah, so... He hasn't seen Desert Palace North, which is
in the brewery,
coming up here.
So he's gonna, it's gonna be, that'll be his second pendant, assuming he clears it, which I think he probably will. We have the Swamp Small Bardage. Ricky has the Swamp Small. Jaws does not. The Swamp Small key is in Mini Moldorm Cave. Mini Moldorm Cave is in the right Mire Shed entrance. Jaws has seen it. He checked that. He took a connector, actually the front of Desert entrance, in fact, to get to Dark Akina, which gets you to the Mire area. You then need to mirror to the Desert left entrance for Pod, which has your Moon Pearl, and then Ricky walked out of Pod, went back to the Dark World, and checked Mini Moldorm Cave. Just forgot to go back to Mini Moldorm Cave. That's where the Swamp Small key is. And yes, Bo was the Lake Hylia Dark Lake Hylia Fortune Teller entrance, correct, Danny. Jaws did run past it on the way to Harrow Castle. Probably forgot it. Also, definitely forgot about Mini Moldorm Cave after getting the Moon Pearl. So there's, collection of things. Yeah, it's the Lake or is it a shop? Whatever it's called. I think it's the house of just north of Dark Lake Hylia. I'm bad with entrance names. I would be confused after that for all too. Yeah, no kidding, Shinra. This scene's been confusing as a whole.
You're trying to get me excited to play cross keys. We're not doing a very good job here.
No, we are not. Have you want to convince someone that cross keys is a great mode to play and incredibly fun? This is definitely not the scene who said that. Ricky has a Swamp Palace small key but does not have Flipper, so cannot get the book, which is in the first chest of Swamp. That presently unlocks absolutely nothing, as we already got to connect to the desert main entrance. But we haven't seen either tablet.
We got down here.
Still can't check Mimic Cave. We've already seen this from. Ricky Jaws is about to get his fire rod off the game.
Pod. I'm trying to work out. He must know where Pod is.
Both have done Pod. That's where the moon portal was.
Yeah, but he hasn't done because he hasn't got the. Does he have the big key now? Like I'm trying to think for Jaws' progression. He has the Pod big key, which he can get the big chest is where the gloves are, right? But no bow yet.
He's probably waiting for a bow before going back to Pod. It's what that glove in the big chest is one out of logic check.
I can't remember where that. The bow was in Pyramid Fairy, which was where again?
It's the house just north of Dark Lake Hylia, which is apparently a shop and not a fortune teller. But this chat informed me.
There's Ganon's Tower for Ricky.
Yep. Did the 3 checks he can do in there and his or 2 checks. He should get his boots here well, he can't get it from this side. He'll get his boots eventually. He doesn't have flippers to get the boots. Great, that's fine.
Yeah.
Things.
This is going to be Meyer for Jaws.
Which he can't actually get into. He has both hookshot and boots, neither of which are in logic at the moment, but anyhow, kind of. This is going to be some new checks for us, finally. Grey Corvid Mirror was not on Smiths, but this seat is plenty terrible enough without that, to be quite honest with you. Ricky checking the top of Hyrule Castle, that's good for him, he needs to do that.
Let's see what we get here. What are we looking for? We obviously need a hammer. We know where one bow is. Medallions. We don't have medallions yet. That would be something.
We don't necessarily need them. It depends whether or not we need a hammer. We need a red cane.
A hammer, red cane.
We are missing a few dungeons still. And we're probably missing a few keys. We still don't, let's see. We know what our pendants are. We need a hammer to beat Swamp and Pod.
There's a red cane right there.
Was it seriously a red cane in my game?
Yep.
Thanks. Never mind the cane. We need a hammer. Let's see. We need a hammer to beat Pod and Swamp. We need the Thieves Town big key for Thieves Town. We need a hammer to beat Ice Palace. We don't have the Meyer big key to beat Meyer, and TR is complainable between both runners technically, since we have a couple small keys and both rods between the two runners. Hammer. Yeah, between our runners, we are Hammer, Meyer Big from Potential Go Mode, actually. Yeah. We have actually seen all our dungeon entries that we need, actually. Now that
there's half magic.
Convenient.
A hook shot for
Hammer and
Ricky.
Yeah. Okay, Ricky did check that connector. Good. Hammer and Thieves Town Big Key might be Or no, we have to use some big key. What is it? Meyer big key is the thing we need. Hammer and Meyer big key are the two big things we as a restream need for no mode. Our rotors are both missing a lot more than that, but we know where they are. Where the other things are right now. Yeah, we don't necessarily need medallions, Spidey. We have most of the small keys we have the small keys we practically need to beat the dungeon.
Ricky tried to hook shot across there and realized they couldn't, and just, I don't know.
He's gonna turn jump.
Yeah.
There's a big key to Skull Woods. That's not what we want, game. That opens up one check. If this is Catfish's aura, this is really, really good for Ricky. Very nice current jump.
Yeah, looks like it.
Because otherwise those flippers are in a really terrible spot for Ricky. Jaws continuing in Meyer, doesn't have a small key there, needs to go get one from I forget where.
I should be able to do the loop around from the big chest.
Yeah, or you can just loop it around the other one, right? A little annoying to do this without the big key, but game does that to you sometimes.
One check here.
And jump.
Money.
Is Catfish required today? No. Red meringue. Okay, Ricky, please get your vanilla flippers. Thank you. So this is good for Ricky. That catches Ricky up significantly on the progression side of things. Ricky does know where Meyer is, just didn't have hookshot or boots at the time. Ricky has hookshot now and knows where his boots are. Ricky will be going to get those boots soon, since he's about to get his flippers here.
Yeah, I'm thinking if he's... I'm pretty sure, there's 4 checks over here. Like, there's the Pyramid Fairy, and there's the other one with the 2 chests in it as well, which is the bow, if I remember, for Jaws. I think
it's just north of... Yeah. So Ricky's slashing his sword. He is not happy about the no flippers. I wouldn't be either. Got a new entrance for Jaws we haven't seen yet here. Dark World Bonk Rocks by Link's house is Hype Cave.
Oh, that might be some items. Bottle.
That's nice, but not required for it.
Coins. Arrows.
1 out of 10 Hype Cave for the... Maybe. I'm being generous. That's a bottle. It's not our first bottle. Shoutouts, so I don't think we still haven't seen Sick Kid, I don't think, which is kind of funny. Ricky's gonna check Waterfall Ferry. Jaws is gonna find Castle Tower, which we know was nothing in the first chest, and we don't have keys for the second.
We're gonna fireball to the face. The smallest warp in all of Hyrule, that is. Trying to get in there.
Lake Island entrance was something I wrote down for some reasons, but I do not remember what specifically. That was a GT small. We already checked that. Never mind. Yeah, I'm not sure, Barnage, why Ricky didn't just go get boots as soon as possible, but it might be a little. But might be. I'd assume he's going to go back there eventually, just apparently doing other things first. Obo's going to be Gold Sword for Ricky, right? Forgot that he'd already gotten there. Now there's a big key to Thieves for Jaws, which, well, Palace entrance was where that was. Really couldn't spell entrance earlier on my notes. I'm honestly not sure what the best way to get those boots is, Barnage. Because you have to walk over from West Dark World, and our connectors kind of suck to get over there. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure the fastest way to boot. It's all bad.
Oh, I just realized Jaws still doesn't have his first glove.
So he hasn't been back to. He's waiting on the. He still hasn't gotten his bow, and he's not going back to pot without a bow. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Where is the bow again? It's like there's
just
there's
north of Dark
key.
Lake Hylia is Castle Tower
Key.
He just left Castle Tower. Hello. His bow is in that house just north of Dark Lake Hylia. Remember. The shop there. He's gonna check. What was this entrance again? Ah, ice. Hammerless Ice Palace, everyone! Wahoo! Yeah, hammerless gloveless Ice everyone. Bobos is funny game. Fire unlocked and nice, because of course it is. There's boots incoming for Ricky. I guess that makes sense. Going from the pod side might have been one of the fastest ways to get here. Forgot that was an option. Alright, where's he going?
Back up to check. I don't think he's checked that cave. Has he checked that cave area yet? I'm trying to think.
He has been to Dark Shopping Mall. It is not Ice Palace bomb jump time. Jaws does have the cane. Ricky, on the other hand, is going to go clear Swamp Palace. No hammer, but doesn't matter because I'm pretty sure he knows Specky's left. Gonna be able to do everything in here except the big chest because we haven't found the big key. No clue where that is. It might be in here, actually, such as not
Ice
that.
Palace.
I would have laughed if I just cursed it. I would have laughed if I just cursed the big key to be swapped to be right there alone. And that's it for Ice for Jaws. Nice specky clip for Ricky. Now, this is all entirely hammer logically. Specky clip is not in logic because that is a glitch, and this is glitchless logic, but so whatever Ricky finds in here cannot lock the hammer. It can lock the Meyer big key, though. Oh yeah, Ricky Jaws did skip Ice Tea, which it was available, so hopefully that doesn't end up being anything. It's a kind of long check. He is going to get his bow now, for those who are wondering where that was. It's right here. If the hammer isn't Ice Tea, that's going to be painful for Jaws. It's going to be painful for Ricky, too, admittedly. It would be on brand for this scene. Gonna get a diver down here for left side swamp for Ricky. Just full clear swamp while you're here and hope the big chest is nothing and that you don't have to come back, basically.
I wonder where Jaws is going here.
Jaws
maybe doing swamp 2?
He doesn't have a swamp spell small key, he can't.
Yeah. He's bonking a lot of trees here. That's for sure.
Well, he's going for the swamp, but he doesn't have the Swamp Palace small key, so I have no idea what he's doing. And I think he forgot he doesn't have the Swamp Palace small key. There we go. Okay, back out he does. Whoops! GT Dapper is, just south of here.
It's in Pod Fairy Spring.
It's right there. Left side swamp has our last bottle.
Right here. You're about to see it.
Yep. And Ether on left side swamp too. Okay.
So we'll see right side GT.
Ether does unlock the Meyer entrance, which might be required. We haven't seen the Meyer entrance proper.
I was hoping it didn't burn a key there. I thought that spike was going to get him into
Oh yeah, it can. But the towel room is fun. Which I think makes some kind of sense for Jaws. You're here, the game's being kind of terrible to you. He can't do a lot of dungeons. He might be waiting on Hammer to go back to Pod. There's only one check left in Eastern. He can't go into swamp. Back into swamp without the small key.
Now because like he has big key for smalls and hasn't.
He's done almost everything in there. Is the problem. He did almost everything the first trip, except for his 2 gloves and the boss, basically.
Well, and big chest as well, right?
Yeah, well, that's what I meant. 2 gloves and the boss is big chest, right side, and boss. I think we haven't seen big key chest either, and that's about it for pod checks. Windfox, we're an hour 45 in, and this seed has been terrible. I would suggest watching the bot back. It's been incredible to watch. Probably not fun to play.
It's interesting, sure.
But there's only a couple checks in pod for Jaws right now. It's right side pod in the big chest, and I think he wants
a big key for Swamp Palace.
Oh, great! That's
I was gonna tag team because Ricky got the big key for ice when Jaws is in ice, and now Jaws has got the big key for swamp when Ricky's in swamp. It's a bit of payback for both players.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. That game's got jokes, lots of jokes. At least from our perspective, I don't think the runners are thinking it's particularly funny right now.
Yeah, they're probably not thinking it's very funny, but I think it's quite funny.
Oh, I'm enjoying this scene. I think our runners would like to call it. Are just waiting for their opponent to not done until they know it's not coming for any time soon, because it's been an absolute disaster. I could try to explain it to you, Windfox, but it's been such a disaster. I'd recommend just watching this back. This scene's been special. Ricky is heading towards. Where is he going? What was on? Where I am. We're back to Thieves Town for Ricky. I was like, where's he going?
What is a big key?
Ice Armos is the big key to GT. Bob chest, sorry, not above Ice Armos.
I guess that opens upstairs then, right?
Yes, it does. That isn't logic. I'm just going to ignore small keys for the rest of the scene at this point. That is more or less basically logic. We have 3 GT smalls. And that's really
funny if Hammer was upstairs or something. There's a small key for Turtle Rock.
That's number 3, and
Ricky's going to go back to Thieves Town and finish Thieves Town.
Yep, that makes sense. Yeah, I think Hammer could be on the climb. I'm not good with the ALTTPR key for key logic, but otherwise, yeah.
It could be in the big chest right here.
No, 300
money.
More raids. Hey, Days Cloud raiding with a party of 8. Welcome in raiders to a disaster. Is what I'd call this seat. It's been an absolute disaster. Mini home and free molar logic, I believe. Yeah, post Moldorm chest might be 4 key locked if I'm thinking about that. Yeah, I'm just gonna do Moldorm too. Absolutely.
It's interesting because they're like completely on different paths here.
They are.
The one
what's
thing
a
that's
pyramid drop? I think it's the well gappers.
I think the biggest thing that's going to screw either player over is if something's in the big chest and swamp or ice. Both players are absolutely cadoodled.
They are last locating the respective big chest, yes.
Yeah.
Mind you, there's kind of also just other problems going on with this scene. For those who don't know, Jaws needs to go back to, let's see, Ice Rod for Jaws is in the M Cave, by the purple chest guy, glove locked entrance there, whatever you... both gloves are in pod for Jaws. One is in the pod big chest, the other is right side. He got his bow like 5 or 10 minutes ago, which is why he hasn't been there yet. Back there yet. Let's see. He is also missing a Salt Palace small key from Mini Moldorm Cave, which is in the Mire Shed right entrance. Forgotten due to a particularly unfortunate moon pearl placement, more or less.
See what we got.
Ricky on the other side is missing Kane from Mire.
Big key from Misery Mire.
Okay, we are Hammer from Go Mode on Restream side. Lovely. Ricky's missing the cane from Mire. He knows where Mire is, just didn't have a hookshot or Boots when he first saw Mire because hookshot was on Bumper Ledge and Boots was on the Lake Island. And Flippers were vanilla. Behind the gloves and pop.
I haven't really seen much in Thiefstone so far, apart from that big key in Mire. Big key
to Mire. The front of Thiefstown had something important. The pod big key.
Yeah.
Back of Thiefstown, though, was mostly junk, besides that Mire Big, correct? But yeah, Restream is a hammer from no mode, I believe, at this point. We've seen all of our dungeons, we know where Ganon is. He's at Useless Fairy today. We just need to find a hammer. Which could be a whole lot of places still. Including, I believe, the pedestal.
Yeah, we ran by the pedestal a few times.
Yep. I believe Desert and Hera were both clearable super early. We're one still with small key from putting that in launching. I don't think either are too worried about otherwise.
There's a small key for Turtle Rock.
That's our last. Okay, that doesn't tell us much of anything. I guess Trinex is now. Trinex is now in logic, I guess. We're gonna, speaking of ped, we're gonna just get our third pendant here for Ricky because you're here, it's checks, ped is still as a real concern. And the Skullwoods Bridge chest, if I can find my own notes, was the TR Big Key, which Ricky will get on his way out, so that'll be good for him. Forgot Ricky was still missing that for Go Mode. Ricky will be picking up the TR Big here in a couple minutes. Sadly, Gilgamesh, we've already seen Lava Chest in TR, that was useless. I think it was like a compass. And because I believe the well is in the pyramid drop down, Jaws is going to go to Aga2 to get those 5 checks. I might be wrong. We know it is at least 1 check behind Aga2. We have seen Useless Fairy. That was at the Lumberjack, I think. And I don't think we've seen the well, as we get small key to ice. Great, that tells us. Yeah, it doesn't tell us anything.
And then, I wonder if Pet's gonna be something.
Where was the back of Skullwoods again? I would. She's not far from Pet, honestly. I might check it.
Skullwoods is Bonk Cave. Which Ricky hasn't checked it yet. Because he just got this.
No, that's how he's here. He is in the back of Skullwoods.
Sorry, he just checked it. Sorry. I keep getting Skullwoods and Swamp Palace mixed up. I don't know why I've always done that my whole life. I don't know why. SWSB.
Hey, okay. But he might check Ped here because he's in the area. He can check the Skullwoods back entrance while he's in here as well. Alright, did I correctly keep track of drops? And is this the well? Or have I lost count of something somewhere? Because it... Nope, that is the well. Yay.
Oh,
there's our hammer.
It is.
Alright, game. We're in no mode an hour, 52 minutes in. Our hammer's in the well. Behind the GT climb. And all 4 GT smalls. Wherever the 4th is. That's great. Game. Also, our Hasura's key of questionable usefulness. Okay. That is a required GT climb for the hammer. Yeah, that is good for Jaws in the sense that I don't know when Ricky's getting there. On the other hand, Jaws now has a zillion things to do that's not... and that's actually good. Actually, also, that does get Jaws back to Pod, which he needs to do because he needs gloves. Bombs.
Bombs!
Womp womp. This is cursed? Yes, Gilgamesh, this is cursed.
Well, the issue is that Ricky doesn't have the red cane.
I'm not worried about the cane too much because Ricky is going to go to Meyer eventually. He just hasn't been back in the area yet, but he will go there eventually. It's in the race game left entrance for those who don't know. It's got to be on Ricky's to-do list. I think he's kind of making his way over there with this current route. And he's going to do Meyer just for the checks. He's going to take the portal here, and I think he's going to go south, which will get him there. Ricky should be fine on his cane. What Ricky needs is to climb GT.
That was amazing. I think Jaws was checking his map there. He just walked all the way up the longest probably walkway over the game and then decided to dash the last 2 tiles into the wall.
Yep.
That was amazing.
Oh, yeah. Ricky might do... You're gonna pick up the Smith here and then keep going. Gonna take the Smith and Meyer, it looks like. Yeah. So yeah, Ricky should be... Kate is in the Meyer Spikes chest, for those who didn't see. GT Big Keys and GT Bob's chest, yeah. Ricky basically is going to be a go GT from go mode after this. Barnage, are gloves needed for anything? You can't beat Ice Pals without them. This is not a gloveless scene. They do need to beat Ice Palace. Yeah, it's kind of funny how much they've been able to do without gloves, but they do need a glove to beat Ice Palace. You physically cannot get to Cold Stare without the glove. I'm not sure how much else they need a glove for this scene. It might not be anything, but they need it for ice. You also can't lift that rock there, Jaws, without one. There we go. That rock, that block is bypassable without glove. The other one isn't.
Yeah, there's no way I would remember. I don't have gloves an hour and 55 in.
Right? Like, it's very, very rare to not have a glove 2 hours in.
Think about how, like, the runners are thinking about it. So, like, obviously Ricky's probably thinking, oh, I didn't find the boots until, like, an hour and a half in. So he's probably thinking, oh, my God, like, I'm way behind here. Then Jaws doesn't have a glove and it's 2 hours in, right? So he's got to be thinking, holy smoke, like, if I don't find a glove soon, like, it's 2 hour mark, right? So both runners are got to be, like, thinking different things at this point, surely.
Yeah, it's... I don't think either runner feels good about this, pass. Yeah, Jaws also forgot that thieves have locked on the way out too. It's so easy to miss. I mean, like, I do not think Jaws is getting a glove sub 2 hours, I'll be honest. I don't think he's getting back to pod in the next 3 minutes. Ricky's gonna find his cane in 2 seconds. No, not 2 seconds. Like, okay, forgot. It's this chest, not that chest. Whoops, but yeah. Cane coming right now. Aldraxis, gloves are the pod big chest and pod right side. Jaws didn't have a pod big key or the bow, but he went to the pod earlier. Ricky's been in pod twice already. Welcome in, Lottabead, radiating party of 8. We are almost 2 hours in. Jaws still doesn't have a glove, and this seed stinks.
Yeah, it's interesting stuff here. Thank you for the raid, Lana Bean.
Thank you very much for the raid. This seed's been a real treat. I would suggest if you have the time to watch this back. Not just to hear my voice, but because this scene's been quite special. It's too much of a mess to coherently explain, and I'm not going to try at the moment, but we've had vanilla blippers, 2 gloves in pod, big chest in right side. We had a hammer, the well behind on the pyramid drop down, behind a GT climb with the GT big key on Bob's chest. It was hookshot on pyramid on bumper ledge, boots on Lake Island. That's been a mess. I think we went like 40 minutes without a sword.
Yeah, it's some pretty bare tracker for the first while.
Yeah.
I'm accidentally going back up and down. Trying to get a step counter up.
Yep, well, I mean, each has things the other wants. Ricky basically needs to go GT, and I think that's his go mode. Jaws needs to check the cave by the purple chest guy, the one that's glove locked and frequently called the M cave, is where his ice rod's at. He needs the... And he needs... Yeah, he needs ice rod, he needs to go back to pod for gloves. Silver's on Vinny's kind of stupid game. Thanks, just for the extra, everything. Jaws is B and GT, which should be marked on the tracker. Good point. Where are our pod smalls? Who knows, Shinru? Who knows? I'm really curious, but, cause... Illogical Dr. Moon Pearl. Swamp Small is, Mini Moldorm Cave. Layer Shed right. Which is bad luck for Jaws as we hit the 2-hour mark. No gloves, everyone. 2 hours in for Jaws. Oof. Moon Pearl is in Mini Moldorm Cave, which is in the Mire Shed right entrance. Jaws unfortunately just had a bit of a brain fart. The game wanted you to take a connector cave to the Mire Shed area, which dumped you at Dark Agena, to then use the mirror to get to the Desert Palace left entrance, which is where Pod is, because the Moon Pearl is in Pod. And then you had to go leave Pod, take a portal back to the Mire area, and go do Mini Moldorm Cave. It's also where Jaws' Butter Sword and one of his TR small keys are. Ice Rod is the M cave, Danny Music. The cave by the purple chest guy that's glove block, whatever you want to call it. Gonna see the Skull Woods big chest for Ricky. We haven't seen this yet, but we know it's not required. Yeah, Desert Big Key was also in Desert Legend. Desert was the connector to get to the Mire area.
This dwarf is going on a mission here. Holy smokers.
We're seeing a world tour for it, yeah. The Smiths are in the Light World shopping mall area, so it's gonna be a while before Ricky turns him in. It's not exactly close. It's basically on the other side of the world. Eastern done for Jaws is his second crystal 2 hours in. Wow. Yep, no flute in sight. Who knows where it is? Maybe left side GT or something. GT itself is just south of Pod in the Fairy Cave, kind of on the way to Pyramid. This is back to Mire for Jaws, so that'll be his third crystal here.
The right item seed. Can you check here?
This we saw earlier from Jaws.
Anyway,
I don't think it. Oh
hype
yeah,
cave.
Hype Cave of Hilarity of
A bunch of money and arrows.
I think there was a bottle in here, and yeah, that was about it.
I think I gave this have we?
We have not seen Sick Kid. I don't know if we're ever seeing Sick Kid this scene, to be honest, but we haven't seen him.
Single arrow. Lovely.
Yep. Saw that earlier from Ricky when he was in here. Yeah, Smiths are either Ice Rod Cave or near Ice Rod Cave. I forget which specific entrance, but it's one of those three. Light World.
Where is the Ice Rod again?
Ice Rod's on the M Cave, by the... It's whatever you... It's the one south of the Purple Chest guy near Desert. I tend to call it the M Cave, but I've also heard several other names for it today and just in general.
The Uncave.
M Cave. The
M Cave.
Letter M. Yeah, because the area of the map looks kind of like an M. The 13th letter of the alphabet between L and N. Yeah. The M Cave. 50 Ruby Cave. But yeah, I someone called it M Cave at one point, and that's what stuck for me here. Mentally. Desert Cave is a good one. M Rock and M Cave, yeah. I have no idea who Smoke is. It's basically it's one of those entrances it's one of those things that's irrelevant outside of entrance rando. It's Ricky's pretty close to it right now, actually, but
Like just above where Ricky is. That's what you're talking about, like in the Dark World.
Just to the right of him, actually. It's the rock you lift up, just to the right there. Like once he goes back across the scene transition, you'll see, like the bottom right corner there. That's the
yeah, okay.
That one.
50 Rupee Cave, I guess it's labelled on the mark.
Yeah, that's where the ice run is. I guess you can use it to find money in an outside entrance random, sure, but alright, that is crystal number 3 in silvers for Jaws.
Silvers, interesting.
Yeah, we saw that earlier from Ricky, remember? As Ricky is also now doing hammerless Spice Palace because
Star is getting chat all riled up here with not relevant chat here.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of had to talk about something, so we finally seen most of the items in this scene. It only took us 2 hours, but we do have that.
Oh, we're gonna. I guess we'll get a switch hit and then head on the way back.
Yeah, this is going to be an icebreaker for Ricky.
Wonder
This
if we get
Smith
to
is
see
going
Ice-T.
everywhere. That's a good question. Joss skipped it earlier. The hammer maniacal is in the well, which is in the pyramid dropdown. With the GT big key in the basement of GT on Bob's chest before the ice armos. Yes, X-Cage, Jaws will eventually go back to Pod for those gloves. We're not sure when, but he does have to get a glove to beat Ice Palace. I'm not sure they actually lock anything else this scene, hard lock at least, but he does need one to beat Ice. I suspect Ricky might be putting off GT because he's got other dungeons to do, and he doesn't have the big key and only has 2 GT small, so might be hoping for a bit more keys. I don't know that he's found Laser. I don't remember if he's found Laser Bridge, but Laser Bridge had a GT small and Lake Island entrance is a GT small. I'm not sure which one he's missing. And then the GT big is, of course, in GT. Oh yes, and Glove does unlock the ice rod under a rock. Thank you. That would be why Jaws hasn't gotten the ice rod. I forgot. He can't lift the rock.
Yeah.
Swamp Small is in Mini Moldorm Cave in the Mire Shed right entrance. The real issue for Jaws is that you needed to get your Moon Pearl. You had to go through Desert Palace to get to Dark Agena, to go then mirror to the Desert Palace left entrance to get to Pod, to get your Moon Pearl from Pod. Mini Moldorm Cave, which has the Swamp Palace small key in it, is in the Mire Shed right.
I wonder if Jaws was trying to get to Pod there. Because they headed all the way over to Desert and then kind of stopped and spun around on for 360 and then...
I think you're right, actually. That would make a lot of sense. Unfortunately, wrong world, Jaws. You need the Dark World equivalent of that entrance. Light World is not helpful. Jaws looking a bit lost. I'm a bit lost, and I've been taking extensive notes on this scene. As the Smith finally returns home, Ricky's taking him on a grand tour of the world and is gonna get for his troubles a small key to Skull Woods. Thanks. That's in logic for whatever that's worth. But Jaws is on the right track for Pod now. The desert main entrance is the one he needs to take. He also, last location is for those who missed it earlier. I think he just had a brain fart and forgot he didn't check the desert main entrance. So he got to Pod much later than Ricky did. He has the hammer, he's got a bow, he's got the big key, he can beat the place, and that's all he needs.
So we're basically hammer go, ice go.
It's not Ice Rod Go. Yeah, it'll be Hammer Go mode in like a minute or so, shortly for Jaws, because he technically needs to Swamp Small from here, and then yes, it'll be a Ice Rod Go mode more or less for him, because he's going to get at least one glove from Pod. I'd expect him to get both, really. Let's see, where's Spiral Cave go for Rick? Yep. Ricky heading back up the mountain, which is definitely not a play to GT, because GT is in the Pod area for those who missed it. Jaws is heading into Pod the Dungeon, though, which is what he really needs to do. And, Hookshot Cave makes sense for Ricky chasing Density. Hookshot was really late this seed, so they just haven't had a chance to go back here.
Can we just talk about how this is going to be like a 210 glove?
Yeah.
Oh, there's
a Pod Small we're missing.
Bugnet.
Hey, Bugnet, teacher, you still there?
Bombs.
And the heart container. Okay, game. Oh, that is a location for a Pod Small game. What's our connector over here? You still there, Bitey?
I am, yep.
Is it just me, or did the Discord screen share freeze?
It froze. Yeah, it's frozen.
Okay,
I'm picking up from the stream here, so it looks like...
So am I. Ricky's heading over to the Hera area. Jaws is heading to Helma, it looks like. Oh yeah, Ether Tablet, forgot that. We hadn't seen that yet. Yeah, I couldn't remember if Ricky had gotten Laser Bridge yet. It looks like he has since he opened the chest earlier. Okay.
I don't think it means it, but Jaws decided to skip the rest of Pod, so he's only going to get one glove unless he goes back in.
He might. I think he's gonna. He might. I think he might go back in. I don't know. Pod Big Chest is a little slow when it's just one check, but also it's out of. You know,
I don't think he needs it though, right?
He doesn't need mitts, but it might be like a peace of mind. Don't leave the one check behind. Hammer Sawyer is in the pyramid drop down. GT Big Key is in Bob's chest before Ice Armors. Shovel on Helm is funny game.
Cleaning up TR here. See what we're going to get behind the boss. Let's see if... nope. He's bouncing, so... He's only going to get a glove. So
yep. He doesn't need his mitts. So he's fine. It's just something.
Ricky picked up a little coin there. So where we're going to at? So basically... Ice Palace Pod.
They are technically now tied on crystals. Also, I think for the tracker, Ricky's beats Skullwoods for that pendant.
I wonder if... Yeah, it looks like Jaws might pick up this ice rod right now.
That's where he's going. And... now he's gonna be Ice Palace first, which is fine. As long as he gets his ice rod when he leaves. Mitts don't lock anything there. It's just that both gloves were in pod and Jaws needs a glove to beat Ice Palace and to get his ice rod. Oh hey, Clake and Redmail. Thanks, game. Hi Weaver, if you've not seen the scene, you should watch the VOD back. It's been a ride as we get powder here. Thanks, game.
We know where the bat is? I think we do. Don't we?
Magic bat's in the well, yes. So actually, Ricky is going to go turn that in right now.
I wonder if Jaws checks iced tea here or not.
Oh hey, there's our 6th pod small little game. There's our answer to where all our pod smalls went off to, I guess. Fantastic.
It looks like we might see iced tea here. Maybe?
Yeah. Seems
nope.
like...
No, looks like he's going straight for the boss. Oh no, we're getting iced tea, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's iced tea. Yeah, we're finally in Logic. 2 hours and 16 minutes, we found all 6 pod smalls. Let's see, Magic Bat was Chatter's first chest of TR. Magic Bat itself is in the well entrance. The front door of TR is in CAC. Kane was in Meyer's Spike's room, and Meyer itself is in the latest game left entrance, which is not Moonpearl Lock, so yeah, that small key I believe is in. Hookshot Cave, Hookshot was on Bumper Ledge. I think the connector to Bumper Ledge was Super Bunny Cave from top of Hyrule Castle, which I think you can bunny walk to from the pod area? There's some degree of stupid here. Yeah, there's wackiness happening with the pod smalls. Yeah, we are missing a GT small key for Logic Hammer, for whatever it's worth, which is not much. TR Big Chest here is just a hurt piece. Yep, this race is still happening. And a flute on Cold Stare. Great! That would have been nice a while ago. Ricky is gonna finally go GT way. Wahoo!
Oh, that's pretty bad news for Jaws.
Yeah, Ricky will be in go mode in like 5 minutes. He's got to do all of GT right side and then do all of the climb and then climb GT. And then climb. Yeah, he's got to do all of right side, go all the way to Ice Armor. It's in the Bob's chest before Ice Armor to pick up the GT Big Key. There's no reason you leave Ice Armor behind at that point. Then you got to climb all of GT with that GT Big Key from the basement of GT to go kill Aga 2 to get your hammer to hit go mode. Also, in bad news, Jaws left the desert area without. Jaws beat desert and didn't check the entrance with his ice rod. Altraxis, the entrance in question is the 50 rupee cave, the desert cave, the M cave, whatever you, the M rock, whatever you want to call it. It's by the purple chest guy. Literally right next to the ice palace that Jaws just beat is where his ice rod is. And that is Jaws' go mode. It's his ice rod. He does not need that big key to Ice Palace.
Yeah, I don't know when he's ever going to be back there again, to be honest.
There's just so much. There's just other things to do. I suspect it might have been a brain fart. He got his glove really, really late. Like, he's had his glove for 10 minutes late. As here's the GT Big Key incoming for Ricky, but it was a very, very late glove for Jaws, which is probably why he forgot about it. Ricky not happy with that Big Key. But yeah, I feel like I don't think the Big Key to Ice will help him much there. Second layer small. The Swamp Big Chest is not helpful either game. Okay, I said 5 minutes for going with Ricky. It was probably more like 10 minutes from when I said that. More like 10 minutes when I said that. Fairly close to 5 minutes from right now, because that's it for the basement for Ricky, and he's gonna go climb, I'd assume. Yep.
A hammer is required, yes. It's required to finish Ice Palace.
And Pod.
And Pod, yeah.
At least this will sub free. Despite everything, this will sub 3. It will not be a sub 230, but this will be a sub 3 RSC. Not sure by how much. My ability to do math on dungeon times is not stellar, but it'll sub 3. Ricky's still got a good few minutes left here. Has to finish a GT climb, go get his hammer out of the well, go back to Ice Palace, which is down by Desert, next to the Ice Rod Jaws doesn't have, for his go mode. Go be Ice Palace and go back to Pod, which is in the Mire Shed area. Which is in the Desert Left text, and that's going to require a connector to get back there. It's going to be a little bit yet for Ricky still.
If Jossum somehow finds himself on that check, then he's actually Gonna be ahead right now. He's technically still ahead if he finds his ice rod, I think. He's got he knows where TR Blazer is, but I just don't think he's going back there, to be honest.
I don't think so either. If he for some reason does, it is very close. I just don't think he has a reason to go back. Ice and Pod are probably on 2.5 minutes from the entrance. Gotcha, Bira. Half the problem is getting to the entrance, honestly, for Pod.
Yeah.
But it isn't... If Jaws, for some one reason or another, suddenly remembers, oh, I skipped that entrance, he has a chance still. But he doesn't have a lot of time to do it. Like, not finding Mitz was huge? Yeah, Mitz would have opened up a whole bunch of other things for him to do. If Ricky does ice first and going to pods is a lot easier for him, I will be honest with you, Shinru, I'm not sure. I guess it would save a...
have too much. He's got not a lot of chicks left. They're all kind of orphan chicks. There's like catfish and stuff like that that's still left, so...
Flute, I guess, would help a bit, Shinru, because I guess, from my perspective, I guess we're getting back to pod is currently...
I think this is left side GT coming up here.
Yeah, this makes sense. There's quite a bunch of stuff on the upper left side still. But getting back to pod without the flute is going to be going back to CAC, going back through Desert Palace, because one of the entrances to Desert is in the hut, and then that gets you to the Mire area, then just mirroring. Flute would save a little time, but it's not a ton. You're still making a trip to CAC and then running around a bit. It would save it, though it would save some.
We'd have to activate flute first, though.
Yeah. Jaws got the glove from right side pod, beat Helma, and did not go back into the big chest. GFE, you'll see the hammer in like a minute. I would put Ricky. Ricky is definitely in the lead right now. Jaws is losing multiple minutes here to this. If he had gone if he'd gone to his ice rod instead of this, he might be in the lead. But this, I think, is putting Ricky in the solidly ahead. For those who don't know, the ice rod for Jaws is in the 50 rupee cave by Desert. Yeah.
Or the M cave, as we are now calling it.
Yeah. Next to the purple chest guy and Bobo's talent and all that. Smokes Rock is what some other people have been calling it in chat. It is also right next to Ice Palace in the sequence. And there's go mode for Ricky. 2 hours, 26 minutes, and 27 seconds. Ricky the Kokiri has picked up his hammer and is in go mode. Aldraxis, it is I think it's Waterfall Fairy, I want to say, is where this has Ice Rod Cave or something for the interior, but I'm not honestly sure. It is not a 5-item cave. We've seen many Molten Cave, we've seen Blind's Hut, we've seen Pyramid Fairy, I think, at the bow and elsewhere. It is a 1-item check. It is either 1 or 2 items for that Ice Rod.
I think we're gonna get a flute activation from Jaws here.
Looks like it, yep.
I'm not sure where he's going after this, though, to be honest. He's basically he's got Dig Spot, he's got Ped.
I think there's maybe like 1 or 2 big keys to turn in.
50 Rock. There's Catfish. Absolutely rancid checks here. Which one of the rancid do you want?
Has he checked the Skullwood's big chest?
I don't. He skips quite a lot. I don't know if he's going back for those. At this point, I think he's accepted the skips. I think he's going for Ped. To be honest,
I think this is Ped. Yeah, that's a book equip.
Yeah, I don't think he's going back for those though, or Drax. I know him enough to know that once he commits to escape, he's last locating it.
Yeah.
Which is, I like that. If you're gonna do escape, you double down on it.
Moogle Charm, back of TR, Laser Bridge is in, is up on the bottom of West Death Mountain Light World. Getting there, there's a couple ways to get there from CAC, I think, is where you probably would do that. Or Flute makes that much easier now, yeah. Or you can just go in from this entrance, I guess. Without Flute, back at Laser Bridge is a pain to get to, but with Flute it's much easier. Ice Palace GFE is next to that ice rod. Yes, Desert Fairy. We were really hoping that Jaws would beat Desert and then go get the ice rod, but luck was not on. But unfortunately, he decided to do it for whatever reason. He might have skipped it. So, if he for some reason decides goes back for the Ice Palace Big Chest, I guess there's that, but I don't know. Yes, this is a 2-hour 30 Lava Chest GFE. Swords were late. Which is why so they couldn't kill Pokey for all, and they just had things to do. Jaws would be done by now if he'd gone that ice right after beating Ice Palace. I mean, you don't need that Poke Key to do Lava Chest GFE, but that's why they didn't do it early, and then later on there's just other things to do.
Trouble!
And that is crystal number 6 for Ricky here. Jaws heading to the front of TR now. Finding his way back to front. He doesn't have to. The front of TR is actually just in CAC. It's the first entrance to TR we found today, but while you're here, I guess might as well just go clear through it. Alright, 231 at re-entry to Ice Palace for Ricky. As for those who were asking where that was earlier.
I'm getting bullied here by the penguins.
Yeah, and I absolutely agree with chat. So, yeah, as chat notes, like Jaws is relatively new to the cross keys as a mode. He's been doing pretty well for given his lack of experience. It's just that this seat's been absolutely garbage for everything. Ganon is in useless fairy. It's not hard to get to. Yeah, it's been a great race to watch. It's been fun commentating with the city lady.
Yeah, it's, my brain hurts.
I think everyone's brains hurt. Mine does too.
That shark is purple.
That is a very purple shark, yes.
Where are we going now, I wonder? Back to Swamp Palace.
That's a good question. It's not GT. He's beat everything there.
Nope. Castle Tower, maybe?
Maybe. Someone should mark Pod as being Swamp as being finished for Jaws, by the way. He did beat Kill Argus earlier. While I'm staring at the tracker. I'm not sure why he's going back. Oh, he's turning in the green pendant. Saha's up here.
Ah, okay.
Just remember that was what this here. Well, that is Rick Ganon down for not Ganon. That is Coulter down for Keith. He's going to go to Ganon now.
Off to Ganon we go.
Yep. This will be a comfy fight. 15 hearts, red mail, silver is butter, half to magic.
This is practically cheating. Like, this is... Yeah. I feel bad for Ganon, really.
Yeah.
Nah, not really. He deserves it. I was going to the mountain for a little trip.
Yeah.
It's always tough. It's always tough in random because, like, we've all been there. Like, it's so easy to, like, when you know things are, like, it changes your perspective on things, even though, like, we like to think, like, you know, oh, it doesn't really, but it actually does. It's so much different when you're in the race chair and you're thinking, like, you got to be thinking, I'm behind here, right? Like, you're 230 into the seed, 220 into the seed. You got to be thinking you're behind both runners, maybe. So both runners are going to maybe make some bigger plays, bigger skips. You know, like we saw some big chests and things, Ice-T being skipped before. So like, it's always easy to, when you're sitting in the chair and you know what everything is, to be like, oh, just go check this.
Yeah.
Go check that. Why wouldn't you do that? It's like, oh, yeah.
No, Ricky got a little close to the edge there, but does finish again off.
GG,
And this is
holy smokers.
This is going to be GG's here for Ricky, going to finish out the seed and pull a win in for Team 9 with an official race time, not GG time here. Once he crosses that bridge of 2:36.18. GG. We're gonna get both runners in for an interview here, shortly. Just gonna, I think, wait on Ricky to join the race waiting room. There you go. Alright, and we're joined by both runners. GG's, guys.
GG's. Oh my. I have never had hammer gum before.
That's funny.
Joss didn't have a glove for 2 hours and 10 minutes, Ricky.
Oh no!
I didn't know it was possible to play this game without a glove.
There was no swords for the longest time either.
Nope.
That was a fun one.
Yeah.
Kakariko Village being packed and Sanctuary being in the most useless spot possible was annoying as heck.
You guys have went so much walking. As there's go mode for you, Jaws, on streams. 10 units is really a GG. Jaws did decide to quit. We are on 10-minute delay, so that was 10 minutes ago. Yeah. This seed had you guys going everywhere for everything.
Everything was a connector at the beginning. I've only played like 4 cross key seed ever, but I've never seen one that was all connectors.
There was a lot of connectors for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun. That was cool, the cool hammer location though, for sure. And Ganon's Tower Big Key and then of
In
course
the
the
basement.
Candace Maria too.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
that was a chain.
Oh, yeah. How about those vanilla flippers, since we just saw that on your
Right?
side in the
Uh-huh.
credits, Ricky?
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of early trolls. Between the Moon Pearl placement, they were in Pod, there was the flippers, you
Flippers
guys,
was a rough one.
Boots, you guys saw Boots and Hookshot really early, but you couldn't get them for the longest time in those
Right?
freestandings.
Like such a troll.
Yeah, and then of course there's that hammer placement. It probably wouldn't surprise you, Jaws, to learn that Ricky picked up that small a lot earlier than you did.
Sure. Yeah.
That was also Ricky's first sword from Mini Moldorm Cave.
Wow.
Ricky didn't check the desert main connector for quite a while, so didn't get to Pod for quite some time.
Yeah.
And
To
then
be
forgot
honest,
Mini
it
Moldorm Cave
it
on the
was-
way out. Which
I don't
get,
think
'cause
you
there
could
was so much
really
going on.
have seen who was ahead or not, like the
They
entire
couldn't
time.
tell.
Like literally,
There was
it was
so
anyone's
much
race.
required.
It was anyone's race. Like up until like the last 20 minutes, like either of you could
It
have won.
was. Because you had to do everything. So you guys just did the things in different orders for the most part.
My brain hurts from this match.
No kidding.
I'm excited to get the mirror early like that, but then in this one it was like, man, I wish I didn't have the mirror. It was like drawing too many lines. I've got my map tracker looks like a conspiracy theory. All these lines drawn everywhere, and or who done it? I think I found the killer. It's still Ganon.
Game of Clue.
Well, one thing that happens with cross keys, and I learned cross keys for this tournament since it was finally my turn. I put it off for 4 years, and I finally had to learn it. But one thing that's hard is trying to do the administrative work and think about what you're supposed to do, but then also there's a game to be played.
Right?
It's so fun to be like, oh, I'm just running into a wall right now, or like, oh yeah, I could have just done that basic thing. And
Oh, for sure. There's quite
complex.
there's quite a learning curve on this mode, and it doesn't help that this scene was particularly special on that front. It's like, where am I going next? What entrance doors are available? Bitey and I went back and forth a lot about, okay, what does this thing open again for us? Where was that in place again?
Well, the fun of it, I mean, if there's, I stayed away from cross keys because I thought it was too hard, honestly, and then now I'm playing, I'm like, it's still too hard, but it's fun. And the fun part is this puzzle of okay, I need to be able to get to, Hookshot Cave and Death Mountain. What gets me there? Oh, there's 3 different basically airplane rides to get to it. How do I get to that when this happens while playing the game? It's really fantastic. Gee, Ricky, though, I don't know. How did you feel about it? I mean, I felt good and bad, and then bad, and then good. And how are your feelings throughout that seed?
It was kind of, I mean, I was fine with it up until I realized I was in Hammer Go mode, and then I was kind of shocked. What the heck? I needed the seed to go faster, honestly. I'm not feeling great, so, but, you know, it was fine. It's what I expected. I'm going to go lie down and rest.
You earned it.
No, that's fair. Absolutely, Ricky. I do hope you feel better. I hope you feel better soon.
Thank you.
So I had Swamp Palace, or the Small Key Ice Rod left for Go Mode. And the reason I saw a little bit of the chat while I was waiting for the 10-minute delay, and basically it was all right, I had left side of GT, I had the green pennant, the pedestal, I had a couple dungeons still, and I was I'm just going to ignore entrances basically until I cleared those. So that ice rod location was never going to happen. Basically, after about halfway through the game, probably because of the glove, not getting the glove, and then that was never going to happen. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Oh, Jaws, do you want to know what repents for?
Yeah, sure.
Right. I'm gonna backtrack a sec. Ricky, You weren't sure if you knew this, Shredder. Ricky did a fairly early sequence break, bomb jumping from the TR big chest to entrance to the TR left side entrance, and that dumped you over by Bumper Cave, right?
Right.
So you got the Thief Sound early and picked up the Pod Big Key out of there very early, Ricky. So you were able to get the Pod Big Chest and your Moon Pearl at the same time.
Yeah.
That was your first glove.
Yeah, glove and Moon Pearl, right back to back, out of logic. I literally cursed out loud when I saw that.
Wow.
Right across.
Yeah, we definitely.
Complaints was the Desert Palace. I'm not checking the main thing of Desert Palace, right? Star.
Yeah.
For Jaws.
Yeah, that was the thing for Jaws. It just didn't check the Desert main connector for a good.
Yeah, and that rationale was, and again, a lot of it's inexperience, and I'm definitely going to play this mode a lot more now that I'm kind of getting a grasp for what you're supposed to do. But because there's so many connectors, and that was such a slow walk, and I didn't want to just walk just to find a dead end in the desert, in the dark world.
Sure.
So I was like, I'll keep doing this, and I'll come back. So yeah, definitely, I think that's the tricky part with this one, especially. It's like, there were 10 connectors to choose. How do you even start to choose which ones to go to?
Yeah, that is true too, because I know it took you guys both a little while to check that the spiral cave was on the connectors intact, and that was one of your earliest mountain accesses. And it's and I get it too. Neither of you checked that connector for ages because who wants to get one-wayed?
Right.
Well, and that's definitely one that I'm like, oh man, if I when I play more, this will make more sense to me. It's how do you keep it so you only go through Spiral Cave once or twice? I was just continually going through Spiral Cave to get to where I was because I wasn't bundling it right. So that's definitely something I want to get better at, to see because that's such a horrible connector. If that's your main way, it's how do you not have to save and quit so much, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Ricky. Did you feel like you went in there a lot?
I think I put off Spiral Cave for so long. I think I only went through there twice.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's so much time, so.
Yeah.
I definitely want to watch this over and check it out and talk through it. But GG, man. Great job.
GG's.
You're making it harder for us, man. For these 3 teams, so next week's going to be a doozy.
I mean, we got to do something. We're at the bottom of the division, but...
You're not definite last, at least, Ricky. You guys are currently tied for last, but good luck to you guys for your final matches next week, and
thank you.
And Jaws and FIDSL, since you guys are on the same team there for IPBJ time, good luck to you guys next week.
Yeah, but you guys are pulling double duty, so hope he's ready. I think he's ready.
Yeah, because you guys are currently third in the division behind Ed was supposed to carry us and Majora's Mask Marauders, who are tied for first.
Yeah, I mean, we're hoping...
You guys get Risky and Terrible Gambits. Yeah. Fun team name. Good luck on that.
Yeah, I mean, there's the nice thing with the wild card system is if we could our goal is to just win out and then see what happens. There's still a chance either way.
Mm-hmm.
But Ricky will have a rematch one day, I promise.
All right, sounds good. Looking forward to it.
Maybe not so late in the day.
Yeah, totally.
On a Sunday night. It's a school night. Come on.
Yeah. Any last thoughts, Spidey? I'm pretty much out of question. I think chat is at this point.
My brain is frazzled. I've got no more.
That's mine, to be fair. This is a bit of a brain breaker of a scene.
The first time ever using an entrance tracker, so I've pretty much learned how to use an entrance tracker on the fly here, so I'm pretty happy about that. I'm starting. But I'm not sure if I'm interested in cross keys after watching this. This was meant to be my intro to cross keys, and we're probably going to skip it for the rest of the year, to be honest. We'll come back next year.
This is certainly an introduction to cross keys, yes. And JG's to both of you, jawsomesauce and RickyofKokiri. Please give both our runners a follow. There's tech links in chat, as well as my code Bitey, our checker Shinru, and our restreamer Yonker's wife. This does close out Cross Keys week here, week 6 for the league this season. We do coming up week 7. That will be co-op
Randomizer.
Endomizer Boots will be an interesting one for next week. Should hopefully be a decently speedier boat than this. And that'll be coming up tomorrow. That'll be starting tomorrow with hopefully a whole bunch of race streams here and on the Speed Gaming channels. No confirmed race streams at the moment. Looks like we've got 2 invitational leagues at 3 p.m. and 3:30 and 9:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow right now. Of course, more matches going to get added to the schedule as well. Bunch on the schedule for Open. So keep an eye out on the channels here and on the Speed Gaming Network. Let's see if we have any race streams on, and good luck to both teams next week and going forward.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for putting the show on. I appreciate it. I can't wait to watch it back.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's it here for us tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Take care.